we just switched from radio to YouTube, and
Gotcha.
they're still not used to it, and they, like, tune in to the radio, and we're already talking, you know what I mean? So now they have to go to YouTube and go find us. They get frustrated. Like,
Understandable.
That and some of them are playing the game so they can't have both open at the same time. So
yeah,
I know that, yeah,
they'll get
there's,
used to it, but trust
they'll
me, they
figure it out.
always come.
They'll
Yeah,
figure it
always
out.
come.
We brought you guys some Mexicans for this game.
Oh,
Me,
nice,
me and
nice.
me and Cat's accounts since we live in Mexico, or
I love
Oh,
it.
is that
Happy
where you're
Cinco de
from?
Mayo.
Mexico?
we live in Playa del Carmen.
Where's that at?
Actually,
It's between Cancun and Tulum. If you go on
Ooh.
cruises, it's like across the island, across from
I
Cozumel.
do not go on cruises, but I know about
I've
the
been to
area.
both of those places and I know exactly where that is. But the funny thing is, he grew up about 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, nice, nice.
We're,
So
we're
he's
here
a
right
Little
now.
Kings and Queens, yeah.
It's so funny. It's
Oh,
so funny. The world is so small.
Ed is flipping you all off, or what's he doing?
Hey,
He's
fuck
putting
you,
his hands in the
fucker.
air. He can't see. Yeah, he can see in the mirror. If you could see behind me, he's holding his fingers up.
All right, we'll do the same.
I'm not flipping nobody off. Right here.
Yeah, that's because you have to live with them. We don't.
I do have to live with him.
And we don't
Now,
care.
did we get to meet Chris when we were at Little Kings and Queens?
You did not. You did not
Okay.
meet Chris at Little Kings and
Yeah.
Queens. But
I was just briefly there for the ladies event and the bounty tournament. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Cat wanted to play the ladies tournament.
Nice.
So,
and I'm glad she did because I would have never met you had she not.
yeah, we would have
'Cause
met
I'm-
at some point.
At some point in time, because her
The
and I have
poker
played
community
together many a
is allowed.
times. Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest because hopefully folks are starting to get their acts together over here,
Yeah, but I think they are.
including
all here.
myself. As I said, Chris grew up not too far from me in Peachtree City, Georgia. He attended FSU, majoring in hospitality, which I kind of giggled at because I think poker has a lot of hospitality in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Southern hospitality down here.
Right? I know. Chris's live earnings are just shy of 1.4 million. His best life cash was set at 143,000. Our guest Chris is a Run Good ambassador, and he is the proud owner of 3 WSOP rings. This last time the WSOP was at Cherokee, he cashed 8 tournaments, beating his other record of cashing 7 tournaments in, I think it was August of 2019. And during those 8 cashes, he won his 3rd ring. So congratulations, Chris, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's impressive.
Yeah. And always somehow still disappointed. It was nice to win the first tournament, but we had so many good opportunities there.
You always hear that from the pro players. Like they're like, it wasn't, and they're just disappointed. I'm like, dude, you did great.
8 cashes is awesome,
yes, exactly. I get
Tell
it.
us how'd you get into poker, Chris?
I actually started from Peachtree City when I played soccer with McIntosh High School. We would play a little bit of poker with some friends on the side, and then
that's awesome.
I remember playing some of like the free rolls and stuff online back in high school, and then ended up going to Florida State, and we had a game twice a week in my dorm, and then I joined a fraternity, and we played probably once or twice a month or whatever, and led to bartending and playing a game with some people, and started realizing I could make money doing it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a game changer when you know that it just you get hungry for it. You know, you just keep on it, keep doing it.
No, exactly. I mean, I didn't know I was going to play poker for a living until I think it was when I was 22 on one of my
Wow.
spring breaks. We went to Biloxi and they just had like a 25K and a 50K guarantee, and went there and ended up winning the tournament on Saturday and Sunday for like a total of 13,000. Went there with like a tax return of like 2K, and
Amazing.
Amazing.
I
That
sent
is
I
so
sent the
great.
girlfriend at the time to go back home and said I was going to stay next week, and I let the professionals of John Dolan and Tyler Smith beat up on me a little bit in the cash games and lost a little bit of money. And then the following weekend, stayed up all night, get my butt kicked in cash, and got convinced to play their opening Spring Break Classic tournament, and made day two, had a big chip lead, and ended up winning that one for 32,000, and then a seat into their main event. Had to go back to school the following week and come back to Biloxi for the main event, and then I chopped that with Tyler Smith for just over 100,000. So
Wow.
it was quite the start to poker.
Yeah, not most people have that start, Chris.
No, absolutely.
I haven't had one of those runs where I won 4 straight tournaments
I
again.
still remember, like, the first time I
That's
played poker, it was
amazing.
like $250, and I was so excited. And that's what got me, you know. But I mean, nothing like your wins. I'm like, dang. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
was, yeah,
I made a lot of mistakes after that, but fortunately I had enough money to afford some of those mistakes, and I don't know. Life has been much better, sadly, like since like the COVID times. Like I started playing a lot more online and less traveling, and it's a lot easier to build money as a professional poker player than to go play these mid-stake tournaments.
yes,
If I can just back up for a minute, because I found what you said very interesting, that you made some mistakes along the way, that thankfully you had enough in winnings to get you through those mistakes. And if you don't want to answer my question, it's okay, no problem. But could you maybe for our listeners tell us what, what's some mistakes that maybe you made or others have made? Um,
Yeah, I would say like one of my biggest mistakes was just living a little bit too high in life for a little bit, like off the money. Like you have to understand poker, you win some, you're going to win some, and you're going to lose a lot more often than you win, and you need some of those winnings to balance those losses. And I was young and didn't realize that, so we'd go eat those 4 and 5 star dinners all the time. We'd do these poker trips to I remember doing a poker trip to Peru, and the experience and all that kind of stuff was amazing, but you just bleed money through all the vacations and
costly,
stuff. So,
right?
but I guess like the big thing that I've seen, I've watched some friends lose over $1 million in poker, and it's just playing too high of stakes or having an ego and not caring about who you're playing against, and playing tougher games to try to win the maximum money. And fortunately for me, that's never been my issue. My issue sometimes, I don't know, it was a long time ago, is betting some sports and thinking you have an edge and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But fortunately
I
for
have
me,
a very
I've never been a big casino person.
I have a very good friend who's been in the business 40 years. And he'll tell you, you know, he has one vehicle, cars. Back in the day, they used to give out, vehicles and trips and different things for coats. He would tell you, in one year, he won, I think, 2 or 3 vehicles. And by the end of the year, he had lost them. He was a big sports better and prop better. And, but so I get it. I understand it. And that's why I wanted to touch on it because I think it's important for people to hear. Um, because
Yeah.
much like sports and the athletes come into a big sum of money, um, you think that's going to be a never ending well or money tree in the backyard. And, we always have to remind ourselves to keep that perspective, I think.
No, for sure. It's sad to watch. Like I don't know. I hate that poker is in casinos because to me, I just watch all those machines, all those people come in there and just donate money to the casino. Those casinos are always very nice, and those all the bills for that place is paid by all of us that come in there. And fortunately, some of us know how to gamble. Where you go in there with willing to lose what you go in there with, you're gonna be a winner when you leave. But it's the people that go in there with money they can't afford, and those are the losers. And it my biggest thing when I first started playing poker for a living was being at a table and you see a person that can't afford to lose it and taking money from them. And but
I
I
think
was
that's the
taught I was
hardest thing.
taught
It's the
yeah, I was
hardest
gonna
thing to watch. It is really hard to know
100%.
that somebody is at that table and it is, half of their rent money or all of their rent money, or they needed to win so they can, add to what they have to meet their rent. And you can tell, and it's very hard sometimes.
But it makes the game easier if you know somebody is hurting for money and they're sitting there playing. Now you know. Hey, I want to lean on this person just a little harder than I would normally would. That's the way I play.
100%. And in tournaments, I could do that so easily. And for whatever reason, in cash games, it's always been my weakness that I guess I have too big of a heart in situations like that. But I've learned that people are gonna try to take my money, so I got to try to take their money. If they're
Well,
Right.
sitting
and
down,
if and they are
Absolutely.
seated, they're at the table, so they're fair game, right? They're at the table.
uh,
Unfortunately, some don't have the control not to be when they shouldn't be, but that's their responsibility, not ours, unfortunately,
Do you prefer to play tournaments versus cash tables?
I
Cash
do,
games?
yeah. Yeah, I prefer tournaments. Just I don't know, it's the competitive edge or whatever, that I just enjoy that, I guess. But I I stake a few kids online and I try to explain to them, if you want to make a good living at this game, the best way to do it is to not play tournaments and just to grind cash games. That's the easy way to make a living at this game.
Right.
You don't have to travel. You don't have to do all of what we have to do for tournaments and stuff. And tournaments are very swingy. You cash 15% of the time. You win very rarely. And nowadays, like I don't like I don't like where the WSOP circuit's going with the payouts and stuff. I think they're killing the game, and it's just become a business for them. And it's gonna be hard for the money in the economy to grow as for poker players.
Tell us three things that you do to prepare for a tournament, Chris.
Three things. The most important thing preparing for a poker tournament is sleep. Sleep and well rested. Um, but for preparation, I don't know. I don't know if I make sure I am wearing clothes and all those important things. But
Well, that's
Yeah, clothes
very
are a good
important.
thing.
I,
Well, let me ask you this: do you have a coach that you study with? Like, what
so
is
during COVID, I started working with a guy from Bali, and he specializes in spitting goes, which are like three person sit and goes. So he taught me how to play small blind versus big blind versus small blind, button versus small blind, button versus big blind, just like situations in tournament poker that I feel like is something that comes about a lot, and those are the most awkward, spots. I think that's where tournament poker players are the worst at. They don't know what to do in those situations, and it's really helped me when I get deep in tournaments be able to take advantage of playing shorthanded and understanding exactly what I need to do and what the tendencies of people are that don't know what to do.
nice? So, whenever you first learned poker, you just did it all yourself. Nobody really taught you.
I pretty much for the most part I was pretty lucky. I ran a home game with some friends in college, and one of the kids that came and played the game, he played poker for a living to pay his bills in college, and he ended up becoming a roommate. And he came over and he would grind. I would watch him. Then he got me to play these 180 man sit and goes, and that was all I played for the longest time, and did quite well with them. And that was what led up to my Biloxi trip.
Wow.
Was I
Awesome.
played that's all I played were those, and I was playing $2.20 ones, $4.40 ones, and then after that trip I was playing the $12 and $36 ones, and then playing some more tournaments. And now
Awesome.
everybody's trying to bust me in this tournament.
Now tell
Now,
us
I'm
who
not
why
are
good.
you have the
Are
name of
is,
Biloxi
is
Bomber.
Uh-oh. It was because of that trip was in Biloxi or whatever, and I wore a hoodie, so they called me the Bomber because of the hoodie. And then Biloxi, I won 4 tournaments, so
I
yeah,
like
I
it.
don't
I
know.
like it. I
is he
like
in
it.
our game right now?
Yeah, I just lost all my chips.
Oh, was you
Uh-oh.
Pocket Tens?
That
Was
was
that
me.
you?
That was
Okay,
me.
I'm Ellie Mae. That was at your table.
Uh-oh.
They switched
Now
tables.
now
I
I
don't
now I have my wife like cheating over here and looking at my cards sitting next to me.
know. Who was your wife in the tournament?
Cat Attack.
Okay.
Tell her I said hello. She's lovely. They just got married not too long ago
Oh,
down in Mexico, so
congratulations.
they're honeymoon and newlyweds.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow for Seattle, and then we go from
Nice.
Seattle, do a cruise to Alaska, then off to New York.
Oh,
She's never been to any of these places, so
Awesome.
oh. Well,
and then
congratulations on the marriage. That's
thank
awesome.
you. Yeah,
So what's
I was
your?
like,
Are you
And
playing our
he's
game?
got a good one.
He is Keith.
Well,
yeah,
okay, hey Conrad, what's your name on here?
King suck up, but I didn't suck out.
Ah, I just joined your table.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
got
he was on my table.
I just
I just
hit and ran the other table. I gave them 10,000 chips and got moved to this other one.
All right, sorry, odd job. I think I took him out. I don't know if he's still in.
Yep, you got him.
I got him.
You
Sorry,
keep
good game,
moving me
bud.
around.
Good game.
I have to figure out. I have to figure out how to buy more. Oh, there, buy play chips because I don't have play chips.
Every 4
well, you
hours,
can't.
you collect free chips.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hmm
Oh
Oh,
shit!
free chips. I just
Ah,
got I just got 15,000 more. We're good.
Yeah, you can collect them every 4 hours.
What did he have?
What did who have?
Oh fuck! My first hand, I get beat straight flush versus a boat.
Ouch. Ooh.
It's, yeah, in case you're
Ooh.
wondering, no children are tuned in. This is all dog show.
Chris, how long have you been a Run Good ambassador?
For a very long time. We were discussing this in Florida. I think it's like close to 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know
So
you've been
so
one since
everything I wear is a Run Good shirt. I bought them. I buy them every year, and my whole wardrobe is all Run Good stuff.
Awesome.
Now,
But
have you
Great
played
group.
with Preston? Preston?
yeah, Preston. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just I guess won his first ring or second ring. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. He's such a
He's
good
on
player,
a
too.
roll. He's hot
He
this
is.
year, just like you are, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see Preston in the live stuff more than I will. He is the live pro.
I'm telling
You'll
you,
see
we
me
all
in
need to
Vegas
be
if you
like,
come to Vegas, but other than that, Cherokee's like my favorite stop. I'll go to a couple of Run Good stops, but I'm so anxious to get back to Mexico and just play online and be able to go do scuba diving, go to the cenotes, do all the things in Mexico that we enjoy doing. We've been away from Mexico for a while now, almost since we've been married.
oh, wow.
You're missing it.
I really am because I have like friends. I see their stories on Facebook or Snapchat, and like especially today being Cinco de Mayo, everybody's out having a good time, and
Yeah,
Heck
it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So where are you at right now, Chris?
I'm in Peachtree City. I'm at my parents' house. We're house sitting for them. They're out of town.
Well, welcome to Georgia. Welcome back to Georgia.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
Keith
back
is
here
from
like
Georgia.
I love Georgia. There's the only thing I dislove about Georgia is the Bible part of Georgia. Like they won't let us get casinos here.
We're working on it, Chris. It's not going to be
I-
too much longer, bud. You know,
We-
there's
we
three
need
big.
we need an independent. I think we need some independent people in the Congress and Senate to be able to do it. I just
Right.
truly don't think they could do it because they're funded by the churches, all the Republicans and the Democrats.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are three different casino um, companies that are lobbying hard and fast in Atlanta, and it's gonna pass within the next 4 years, I'd say.
They won't
I
let
promise.
the people. They won't let the politicians won't let the people of Georgia vote on it. They will not.
No,
let
they're,
it
well,
vote.
they're trying to get it on the ballot. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be in the next 4 years. I'm
It
telling
was
you.
it was so close this year for online poker, and it got shut down. I was so sad.
Trust me, it's going to happen, people. I
Yeah.
talked to one of the executives that's working on that, and he said that they're very close. It's going to
So-
happen.
Cherokee is made
words.
up because of almost Georgia itself. Like I would love for Georgia. I would happily move back to Georgia, grind the online poker sites in Georgia. Like everything would be amazing.
Well, and I'm
But
going to tell you, Cherokee is battling against us getting the gambling. So, I mean, that has
100%.
been a problem too. So, but I will tell you that these execs they're putting money into it now, lobbying. So, it's not going to take much longer.
So, what site do you play on, Chris? Do you mind me asking?
I play on most of the sites. I'm playing on Black Chip. I'm playing 2 tables on Black Chip and this one in our one tournament here on Poker Stars right now.
Do you use a HUD or RTA?
Yeah. No RTAs, but I do have a HUD. I used to not use a HUD for the longest time, but I learned that if you're not using a HUD, you're behind the game of online poker. You don't need a HUD if you're playing 1 or 2 tables, but when you're playing more tables, you need the HUD because you can't pay attention to everything that's going on, and the HUD pretty much.
I agree.
Nobody ever said to me before. I get that now. I'm not an onliner.
Yeah, if you do put a game, Sherry, you only have 1 or 2 games. You really don't need it. Like he said,
I mean,
it
but
gives you
anybody.
information when those games are flipping back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever said that to me before, that they think it's a powerful tool because you can't pay attention to who you're playing with, so the machine does it for you. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, like it's not doing anything that you can't do on your own if you're playing one table at a live tournament.
Right.
The only thing about a HUD is my HUD's it's color coordinated. So if someone's playing too many hands or someone's not playing enough hands, I could look on the HUD and see different things like that. But I mean, if you're playing live poker and you sit with this person all day and you notice the same things, like you're gonna raise someone's big blind who's not playing as many hands, and you might not do that against the aggressive person as often.
Absolutely. I color code like when I'm playing online. I color code everybody. Now our game here, everybody's yellow because I'm so used to playing them for the last 2 years. Like I know. I keep mental notes on these guys.
Yellow color code is not. You don't want to be yellow on my color codes.
Mine is red. You don't want to be red on mine.
Mine's the opposite. Red is what you want to. I don't want red ones at my table.
That means you're
I
really
make all the good players all green.
Conrad? What software do you use for your HUD? Do you mind?
It's just Poker Tracker 4.
Poker Tracker 4. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, I have a HUD I've been using the same HUD since 2013. It's probably outdated, and all these kids that grind online, they have their own like packs and stuff of different HUDs these days. I'm probably should be finding a new HUD at some point, or My poker coach that I work with in Bali, he's very good with all this technology. So I've thought about like going working with him and just building my own HUD.
Oh, interesting.
There you go.
Right? I can't even imagine. Like I see the HUDs and I'm like, I don't know. I don't use it because I only play 1 or 2 games at a time.
Yeah, and
And
like I said, if you're not
well,
playing many, you don't really need it,
yeah.
but it definitely helps. Even if you're playing one table, it still helps. You might have like 2,000 hands on someone, and
Yeah.
hey, they check raised you. You could look at your HUD and see how often they check raise. That's not something in game you'll see all that often. But if you have 2,000 hands on someone, and you see they only do that 5-10% of the time, it means they're probably not bluffing too often.
That's true.
So
That's a fact.
that's the good thing for Hudson. Like I said, if you don't have one, you're definitely behind the curve. Do you necessarily need them in all the games you play online? Absolutely not. You start playing $100 buy-ins and bigger online. That's when, if you don't have a HUD, you're probably behind the people you're playing against.
Okay, so
Now,
tell us. I'm gonna change subjects for a minute. Tell us when you beat your biggest win or your first big win. What was the first thing you bought yourself? Big ticket
This
item.
is I know this is gonna sound silly, but I've never spent my money on myself for really anytime I won a bunch of money. It's been like nice dinners. I'll go do a nice dinner with the friends or something. But other than that,
And you know what? I'm
I
not surprised because you're a really down to earth guy. So I'm not surprised by that at all. I think that is you. And I mean, I just feel like that's your persona.
yeah, me and Kat have won a lot of money the last month, and we haven't spent any extra money on it. Well, I guess we booked a couple extra excursions in Alaska because of maybe it. I mean, to be honest, I think we were gonna book the excursions regardless. Like with the life we live, like I feel like we're retired and we're living a retired life. Like when we're not playing poker, we're traveling the world and you know
That's
doing
awesome.
some fun
Awesome.
things. But I would say that's been probably my like if I spend money, it's on like traveling or doing something in that aspect. I would
well,
say like after one of my scores, I had to talk a girlfriend into moving from Savannah, Georgia. That's when Black Friday happened, and I was driving 4 hours every day from Savannah to Jacksonville to play poker. I ended up getting us a really good, really nice apartment condo in Channelside down in downtown Tampa, and we moved there. And that was probably the most money I've ever spent on something. But I wouldn't say it was necessary because of a big score as
Right.
much as it was that I needed to make her happy to make it better for me.
Right.
So
Interesting.
So let me ask you this, Chris. What's the biggest or the most unusual swap or piece that you've had like have you swapped any of your actions or had a piece of
definitely.
somebody's action? What's give us the best story that you got on your swaps?
Man, I feel like the best story shouldn't even be said, but I don't know. I think the best you get you could get into some
must have
ethical
happened in Vegas.
situations. No, um, no. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the name. He's not from the United States, but Dominic Nitschke. He's the guy who created DTO. It's a really good study app or whatever. But
Right.
he used to back my friend from college, and I got to do a lot of studying with him, but didn't really know him, and he didn't really know me all that well. But I qualified for the global championship when it was being held in Atlantic City, and he also qualified for it by being in the top 100 of Player of the Year from the previous World Series. So he decided he wants to go play it. So we went there together, and he's like, "You want to swap 10%?" And I said, Yes, it was like it was like a shocking yes, because this kid understood what GTO was before poker people knew what
Before it was
GTO
Vogue.
was.
Right.
Before
Before
it
it was
was.
Vogue.
Yeah, so it was like a no-brainer for me. Like, and he ends up going and winning the tournament for 350,000 or whatever it was, and he just gives me
They just went
he just
35.
gives me cash for it, and I don't have to worry about any tax stuff with him for it. And then until
No,
even to this,
surely you paid your taxes. I know you did. So yes, you
uh,
did pay those taxes. I know you
I'm
did.
saying I didn't have to fill out any tax forms to receive the money. Most of the things I most poker players, they handle their taxes however they want to handle 'em, but something gets
Absolutely.
sent to
Everybody pays
Uncle
their
Sam.
taxes.
Uncle Sam gets his dividend somehow or the other.
Well,
But
go ahead.
I was gonna say to this day, we go out or something like that, and he'll still be like, I still can't believe I gave you free money and swapped with you. He'll still,
Good.
Well, you
but
should have said, well, hell,
he also taught me a lesson that it's okay to swap with people that aren't as good at you at poker, because any, like, you get deep in a tournament, someone could get lucky and someone could get unlucky, and it's not that big of a deal.
Any
Yeah.
day, right? Any given day, anybody can be a champion.
Exactly.
I'm like, who
But
won?
that was like one of the better swap stories.
I
okay,
love
cool,
it.
cool. I love to hear people's swap stories. I mean, because I've had people look at me like, "You want to swap?" Well, I mean, just kind of give each other a sweat.
Well, I didn't know what you were asking him. I figured just go with the flow here.
Yeah. Nowadays, I honestly, there's really maybe one or two people I even swap with. Like, I'm so confident. Maybe I have a little bit too much ego in poker right now, and I want all of myself. And I'll buy action to some people and that kind of thing. But I enjoy just taking the gamble myself, and win or lose.
Now, is your plans for WSOP this year, or are you headed there?
Yeah. The wife, she works for Pucker News and will be one of the photographers on the photographer team down there. And so think we get out there the end of May, and we'll be there until July 12th unless I make it to day 7 or day 8 in the main event. We
You
have a
mean when
safari.
you make it? When you make
Yeah,
it today?
we have good
8.
backup plans if we don't make it. We're doing a safari in Africa, in Kenya, in middle of July, joining my parents. So,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah,
Oh, sounds really
That's going to be a
nice.
trip of a lifetime.
it is. It costs a lifetime of a sum of money. So we're gonna need to make day 7 or day 8 to cancel that trip.
I hear you.
Now, let me ask you this: going to like Africa, do you have to get a whole bunch of shots?
I have a whole thing. My mom keeps sending me these emails about it, and I finally read it the other day. And we have to do some kind of visa and I think, I don't know if it's a shot, but there's something for that over there for sure.
Yeah, because I
I
would
think it's the
almost imagine.
diphtheria combination, diphtheria or
Right.
something,
I think
maybe.
you just go to your doctor and tell them like you're going, over it, and then they know exactly what to do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. My mom and my dad, they've done this trip a bunch of times, so they'll
Okay,
have us situated with everything we need to do.
that's perfect. That actually helps you guys so
Yeah.
much.
My parents are professional travelers that they became travel agents after they retired from work,
Oh,
I love
because
it.
that's
Love
pretty
they used to
it.
cool.
they used to cruise 150 days a year before COVID happened.
Well, you guys sound like a
Oh,
fun family. We want to go
Yeah.
vacation.
They're
Well,
they're on vacation right now. But they went to Aruba, and I had to give them the plans of what to do in Aruba, because one of my buddies, he grew up in Aruba, and we'd go play some of the poker tournaments recently down in Aruba, and the one of the best trips that we always remember is doing an ATV trip. You do it around the whole island, and it's a lot of fun. So I set them up on that today.
You know, that's what my excursion was, either in Cancun or Tulum. When we took the cruise a couple years ago, we went four-wheeling in the
In the
jungle.
jungle.
It was fun.
Yep.
It was so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that in Jamaica. I've done it. We actually just did it in San Juan, maybe like 2 months ago, right before Cherokee. We did it in San Juan. That one
Love
wasn't
it.
as much fun. We had problems. Our guide got a rock in his eye, and
Oh.
we waited like 15 minutes for them to bring us another guide, and yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he was doing some tricks for us, and somehow he got a rock in his eye doing the tricks.
Oh, bummer.
Sister
Bummer.
Fitz fireworks.
During your travels, your world travels, do you ever like say, well, hey, you know what? I'm happen to be here in Seoul, Korea. Let me jump in this poker game over here and play a little cash or anything like that?
I have for sure. Like Australia was probably one of my favorite places to play cash games. People actually gambled and bluffed. Like it felt like me playing poker in California. Nowadays, playing cash games in the U.S., I get bored because everybody they play so much better than they used to. They're tighter and they know what to play. You don't get the people that are just all in every hand like it used to be.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
Well, I guess that answered my next question. Was going to be where was your favorite place to play, but I guess Australia would be it.
But I don't think that's my favorite place to play.
Oh,
I think South America has always been my favorite place to play.
South
The-
America.
I went deep in a LAPT Peru event, and it was one of the toughest beats I took, or whatever. But it was a lot of fun. And when we got down to the final three tables, there was an audience of people, and they all had their flags, and
Aww.
they're representing their countries, and it was like ole ole ole. It was like it felt like I was at a soccer game. It was awesome.
How fun is that?
sounds
We
fun.
need more of that.
Right?
Exactly. It was a lot of fun. So one of our friends, I was like the chip leader of 12 left and got 12th. It was pretty frustrating. But one of our buddies, he final tabled it, and we couldn't find any American flags. But we went to Chinatown and we saw this store that sold like costumes, and they had all these Disney characters. So me and my buddy did Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, and we dressed up in the costume, and
Yes, I love this.
we got front row seats to watch the final table because Poker Stars, their TV, they wanted us on there a lot. So it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. That
That's
sounds
awesome.
fun. I can just imagine being around him. I mean, just being, oh my goodness.
Walking from the hotel to the casino was like maybe a quarter of a mile, and how many kids ran over to us to take their pictures with us? It was pretty cool.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, Sister Fitz, she's on my table. She said you helped her in Mexico.
I did, yeah. I didn't. She was down in Mexico for a little bit, but I helped her also get set up on. I'm like a sub agent for the GG Poker or whatever, and helped her get set up on there. And I don't know. I help a lot of people with moving money on the different sites, because us Americans, we don't know, nobody likes Bitcoin or any of that kind of stuff, and it's all PayPal.
Yeah, because we don't
or
want our
Zelle.
dollar to crash. Hello.
Well, when the dollar crashes, Bitcoin goes up. Hello.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no, I don't want. Look,
Like,
I
way
don't
up.
want all of the money to be the same in the world. I want my dollar to remain strong against those other denominations of money,
Well, Bitcoin.
because
is
that gives me
taking
buying
over.
power.
Bitcoin's taking a dump, and Bitcoin's going to be a good investment opportunity in the next few weeks, I would imagine.
Especially with
Yeah.
them bumping interest rates up. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Bitcoin's getting ready to go through the freaking roof. If you got any disposable cash, buy Bitcoin, buy crypto money right now.
Yeah.
And remember, Keith's email address is keithnapier@yahoo.com when you want to talk to him in about a year about that.
It's funny when people message, they always, "Hey, yeah, can you tell me about Bitcoin?" It just goes like that because it's frustrating. It's difficult to learn, you know. Well,
And I
a
once
lot
mean,
you
of it.
learn it,
Well,
you
it
know.
don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out this morning whenever I was listening to the news and they talked about you know, they're raising the interest rates up. I was like, oh yeah, now's the time to buy some Bitcoin.
Hmm.
I'd still wait a little bit. Bitcoin, it's gonna hit either. It could hit as low as I don't know, in the 20s. It's gonna be a good time to buy it, in my opinion. But I'm also no expert at it. But me and Kat will be putting a bunch of money in Bitcoin in the next few weeks for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
because I mean,
I
you're going to
think
get old and not, need a. I mean, you're retired now, but really retire. Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
I
Good
can cash
Bitcoin's my 401k. That's what I explained to my parents.
Hmm.
Good
Yeah.
luck to you.
It's an aggressive 401k. Hey, the
Good
Yeah.
luck to you, buddy.
401ks
Good.
are not doing well right now.
I beg to differ. Come on over. I'll show you mine.
Mine have not done too well in the last few months or whatever.
Come on over. I'll show you mine.
We'll have to look at it one day.
Absolutely. Now I know you're a great no limit player, but I also noticed that you like to play some of the other games of poker. Do you have a favorite besides No Limit?
Yeah, my favorite game to play is favorite cash game is probably Big O. And my favorite tournament game is probably PLO 8. My
Okay.
my first my first final table at the WSOP was a PLO 8, and I thought I was gonna do very well in it. It didn't shape out to where I wanted it to be, but it was a good first experience.
That's a great first experience. People
Yeah,
that.
wish a lifetime for that.
no,
How big was the
definitely.
field?
Probably like 1,000. I'm not 100% sure, but I would. It was before COVID, and PLO 8 was sort of booming. I had to be really close to 1,000 players. It was either a 1K or $1,500 buy-in, but yeah, it was fun. And then
Now,
the following
what
the
was the
following
first
year,
game
we
that
final
you
tabled the
said?
PLO tournament. Do what?
What was the first game that you mentioned?
Big O. It's like a 5 card PLO 8.
It's
Oh,
Omaha
okay.
with 5 cards. Still
Yep.
got to play
Okay.
2.
Because I've never heard of that. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a southern game. It's played. They love it in Texas, and
Love it in
Georgia, North
Jackson.
Carolina, they love it.
They love it in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh my God,
Yeah,
Florida loves Big O.
I would say North Florida, not South Florida.
Far north
I
okay.
is like
it,
Daytona and Tampa. They
yeah,
love
I was gonna say I played it a bunch in West Palm Beach when the circuit used to go there. Those were some of the games I remember the most, and then the circuit stopped going to West Palm Beach.
it. Well, hey, Chris, let me ask you a question. I played a home game Tuesday night. Their bomb pots are Omaha. Okay, the one person had 4-4 deuce 6. Okay, the other person had queen queen 3-3. The run out is deuce queen deuce 9 deuce. Does both card like I know like I know, but you got to use 2 cards. Does both cards have to play like the person who had the deuce?
No,
Their
the deuce is gonna be good. Like, just they could pick any of the other 3 cards, and it plays. It'll just be quads with whatever the kicker is. Um, Queen's full will lose the quad deuces, and the trickiest part for that game when you have to play 2 cards is the flush situation. You have to have two
yeah,
of the
yeah,
suit
I
to have a
know.
flush.
Yeah, oh yeah, I knew
But
that.
But to have quads, you only need one of them if there's trips on the board.
So your second card doesn't have to beat the board.
Right. That's just like bad beat jackpot kind of stuff that they have those rules for.
Well, I posted that hand in the flop house today because I mean we gave it to the quads, of course. Aired on
Yeah.
the side of caution, and but it was
I think the easiest way to remember is it's 5 cards, the 5 best cards. That doesn't mean that both of your cards have to be the best cards. One card could be one of the 5 best cards.
No, exactly. Your kicker doesn't matter when you have quads.
Right.
okay, kicker, and that's the only one that's the only hand that your kicker doesn't matter then.
Yeah, it's the only one that I could really think of. I mean, technically, if you just have a pair and kicker might matter in a situation, but I don't know. Most of the time, a pair is no good in Omaha. However, it is good sometimes.
It's never good.
One of my biggest hands I ever lost in Omaha, I had a 10 of diamonds and thought I had a royal fucking flush. No, I did not have a royal flush.
You had the blocker. You
I
had the blocker.
royal blocker, but I didn't have a royal. I had Broadway, but I didn't have the flush, and I didn't have the royal. But I had Broadway. I was like, oh.
That's right there where I take my glasses to the table.
No, I mean, I knew I had Broadway, but I 10 of diamonds, I was like, yeah, woo, getting paid. I'm getting paid. No.
Bummer.
Yeah. It was 7 and 6 of diamonds, I think, ended up winning that. Lot of money. But that's what happens.
I feel like everybody has a PLO lesson like that, though.
Well, I mean, you've been playing, let's say, 12 hours. Okay? Your mind ain't as sharp as it was at hour number 1 as it is at 12 hours.
100%.
And he just kind of got caught up in it. Focused. I had a Texas Hold'em moment. Do you play any the stud games like 7 Deuce Triple Draw or?
Deuce to 7 Triple Draw is like one of my favorite games, but the game just doesn't spread too often. One of my favorite thing with the Run Good stops, we'll do a mixed game, and we'll play like dealer's choice, but we usually keep it at like a $500 cap, where if someone chooses like a no limit or pot limit game, you can't put more than $500 in a person or whatever. Try to keep it as friendly as we can, even though we have a lot of people that want to gamble. But Deuce to 7 is one of our favorite games to play. Lately, it's been pot limit and no limit games versus where we used to play like a 5-10 or a 10-20, like just pure mix game.
So when you're playing one of those,
I think mixed games are the best.
When you're playing one of those dealer choice games, when it comes to your choice, when you got the button, and you decide to play, do you play the game that because you've already got your mark at the table? Do you take a game that's his weakest game, or do you take your strongest game? Which one do you play?
I think it's a combination. So I've yet to get to play the dealer's choice at the World Series, but I have a lot of friends that have played it, and they'll have a few different games that they'll decide from, but they'll see, all right, are these people bad at the draw games? Are these people bad at the pot limit games, big bet games? And then they just decipher which is their best game of what the people are bad at. And that's sort of how most of them make their decision. For when we play our cash games, I usually just call Deuce to 7 Triple Draw just because we don't get to play it and we like to have fun.
Yeah. I love Deuce to 7 Triple Draw. I love Deuce to 7 anyway. Just period.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I love Deuce to 7, and I'm not as big of a fan of Ace to 5 Triple Draw. Like, it's just not the same game to me. It's so different.
Well, what about? I mean, Ace to 5 is kind of like Badoogie low, right?
Well, it is, but like, there's like two different. It's a different low ball, and like it's where the ace plays low like Padugi, but you know, it doesn't really matter if you it's just a completely different game. You're trying to make a different wheel, the ace to through the 5, where in
Yeah.
deuce to 7 you're making the deuce to the 7, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I've never played Ace to 5 low ball.
Yeah. It's not as popular for whatever reason, even though it's the same exact concept, except the ace plays low,
Right. Okay.
and you're allowed to make straights.
Of course. If it's Ace to 5, that's the only way. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
No, that's the wheel in that game, and the wheel in 7 of deuce is the 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
You play Raz any?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to play all the games. Like, I would say most of the games I prefer to play are more of the split pot, where there's a low ball kind of game with it. But I prefer Raz over Stud High. Stud High is probably like my least comfortable game that I play.
I love the split games myself, except when you got to quarter it, or I really love scooping those. But I hate it when you get. I had a Royal and had to split it. Oh man.
Okay, Raquel. Raquel just said she'll be right back, so we can continue on. Chris, tell us how you met Kat.
I met Kat at the WSOP right before COVID. The housemates that I stayed with, we had a house like 15 minutes from the casino. We played this game called Werewolf, and a bunch of poker players would always come to our house to play this game called Werewolf, and a lot of big name poker players. And it's hard to describe the game, but it's a game. It's like a game where you're dealt a card and you're either on the good team or bad team, and it's sort of it's a big secret, and it's an information game. You're trying to learn as the game progresses on who's good, who's bad, and that kind of thing. And you got to try to eliminate the opposite team, but you don't necessarily know who's on your team and who's not on your team. Well, to make the story a little bit shorter, like that's the game we played at our house, and we played it probably 3 or 4 nights a week. Well, Kat and some poker news people, they came over to our house one night because they heard that we were having a party at our place because a bunch of big poker players are all over there. To their disappointment, we weren't playing, or we weren't partying, and we really weren't even drinking. And
You
so
were
most of her colleagues went home, and she stayed because she played a game like this called Mafia back home in Prague or whatever. And then she would continue to come and play with us on a pretty regular basis or whatever. And that led to me and her spending more time together. And then, yeah, somehow
Awesome.
it worked. She went back to Prague, and the long distance thing worked. And I went to visit her when there was a WPT Germany. She worked at a King's Casino in Rosedorf.
Yeah.
And they had a WPT there, and I went there to play it, to visit her, like just before July, just before Valentine's Day, and did that. And then we spent some time in Prague, and then we went back to Rosedorf for the WSOP circuit they were having there. And then COVID happened, and then they closed the airport, shut the borders down, and I was trapped in Prague with her for, I don't know, 5 months or so. And that is essentially how I met her, and then
Awesome.
we decided to move to Mexico.
And the fairy tale continues to be living happily ever after.
Yes.
Exactly.
I've been married almost 35 years.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, it gets better and better and better. That's all I got to say. Definitely.
I'm going on my 40th here in a year or so.
I'm hoping I live that long. I feel like I got married having a late start to get married. Waited till 37 to get married, but if I finally found someone that understood what I did for a living and could put up with it.
It's never
it's hard to do.
Like a wrong time, or you should have done this and that. it is what it's supposed to be at that moment.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
I try to force bad relationships that never worked, and then
yeah.
the cat situation sort of just worked out and fell into place, and here we are.
This one here, he's been married 10 times. No, I'm teasing.
She threw your ass right under the bus.
My first marriage lasted 6 weeks. I got married on a dare.
He got real quiet, didn't he? Oh,
My second marriage
there's
lasted
the best with him.
13 years, and I'm on my third marriage, and we've been married since 2008. However many.
And I'm happy to say that he finally got it right because she's
You
a
got it
doll.
right. Yeah, she is. She's a keeper.
This is my last, and I tell you that. If this one
Because
doesn't
she's
work
so
out,
amazing.
well, if this one doesn't work out, I kind of got to look at it like, what's the problem here? Is it them or is it me? Really, bro? It's got to be me. I mean, all three of them can't be bad people. There's got one out, two out.
No comment. No comment.
I'll take.
No.
Let's just not take any marriage advice from Keith right now. Maybe on what not to do. Because you got it right this time. You got the doll baby this time.
No, I think I'm in good shape.
Now, are you planning on kids, little ones?
We are. We don't.
Right.
We haven't tried extra hard for that yet, but I don't know. We
Practice
both agree.
makes perfect.
My husband's yelling in the background. He says, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" He's lying. He would have had a whole bunch more of them. We only have two.
Here's the way I looked at it. On my first marriage, I was just sick and tired of being right, so I decided to get married. Then when she left me, I stayed single for a long time, and I was like, you know what? This being right shit is for the birds. I got to get married. I can't be right. If you ever notice when you go into like a public bathroom, like whenever you go into like a gas station or something, it'll say women to the right, men to the left. Do you know why the men is not on the right? Because God created man, and then when he made woman, man ain't been right since.
We don't disagree.
Well, for one
Hey, Stephanie's
teenager,
in the
I
chat.
don't use those kind of restrooms. Like, I don't use any truck stop bathrooms. It ain't happening.
You need to go to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has the guys on the right.
Yes.
Yeah, Buc-ee's does. That's because Buc-ee's is a guy's place, man. But I want to tell you
Buc-ee's for
something.
the win.
My wife can spend $700 at Buc-ee's and will not buy one drop of gas.
I got gas at
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Oh wow. I got gas at Buc-ee's on my way back to Peachtree City from South Florida for $3.30. It just seemed way too cheap. I don't even know what gas is right now, but that seemed really good.
It is a good price. We
I
love us
haven't-
some Buc-ee's.
I've been to Georgia a few times. They haven't taken me to Buc-ee's yet.
That's in Florida. Well, it's up in North Georgia.
By Macon.
Oh, okay.
Robbins.
Macon, yep.
Macon, and they got one up above Atlanta.
Oh, they
I
did.
haven't even been to that one yet.
I didn't know there was another one. I knew that one. I know there's one in Jacksonville or just south of Jacksonville.
Same
There's
one in Daytona.
I think there's one by Daytona as well.
Of
And
course,
there's
in
one
Texas.
There's one other one. Yeah, no, I know they're from Houston too.
Well,
have a bunch of
told
buddies in
Raquel the
Houston.
next time she comes, I'm going to drive her down to Macon. It's going to take us
I
5
know.
hours to get there and back, but we're going
That's
to
what
Buc-ee's.
Stephanie says. Stephanie's like, we're going to take you to Buc-ee's. I was like, all
It's
right.
quicker to go to the one in Dalton when we're up there in Buford.
Same distance.
Drive straight across.
Same distance. Dalton or Macon. Either one would be the same time frame.
Let
For
me
sure.
ask you, okay, talking back about poker. What poker pro would you love to play that you have not played?
that I have not played.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sort of. I guess. I
Like
don't know.
either
Having
Phil
some.
Ivey or anybody. Have you played any of them?
No, I played with. I played with everybody pretty much. I would say people I hadn't played with are more of like a Dirk. You don't see him in the tournament scene or anything. He would be a fun person, I guess. Would probably be him and Patrick Antonius would be like on my list of people to want to have fun with.
I think
I
Patrick
mean,
would be a lot of fun.
I think
yeah,
so too. Yeah.
Antonio at a table, he's a lot of fun to play with. Antonio Safari. Phil Ivey, he's exactly what you see him on TV. He doesn't really talk, and his eyes just wonder. Helmuth is actually a lot of fun at a table. Like his TV person is just completely different than the person he truly is. But I don't think he's a good example of the poker world at times. But he means well.
I still
And
have a lot
then
of love and respect for him. No matter what
yeah,
happens, I really,
He'll still
he
be my
has
favorite.
he
yeah.
has some kind of skill that most people will never have in
Hey,
poker. He doesn't
yeah.
understand poker to a math, but he has that white magic that he knows how to survive and do that some of those kind of things that a lot of poker players can't do because math says different.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I came to the realization after watching about, I don't know, a third or a half of that live at the bite. No,
Hustler,
Hustler, recent craziness. And you know what? You might as well just throw all of those charts right out the window because those folks just cleaned the clocks of those pros, didn't they?
oh, they also showed you something. There's a lot of money to be made doing these kind of streams and playing video games versus playing poker and all these other things. You watch the people that Twitch poker, they get maybe a couple hundred people, whereas like right now you watch some of the best gaming streamers, they have like 20, 30,000
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
insane.
absolutely. No doubt. No doubt at all. No doubt. Now, do you have anything up and coming you'd like to plug, Chris? You guys got anything running good besides I know they're going to the Downstream Casino in Joplin, Missouri in May
Yep.
17th through the 22nd. Is there anything else you'd like to promote while you're on with us?
Well, I think the best tournament series we're gonna have is coming up in December. It can be around my birthday, and it's gonna be at Thunder Valley, and I highly recommend that to anyone. It should be a much bigger series than we normally have, and there's gonna
Yes,
be a
that's going to be
$1 million
November.
guarantee.
That's November 25th through December 5th. Is that Thunder
Yep.
Valley Casino Resort in Lincoln, California? So that's November 25th through December 5th. I've heard some mumblings about it. It sounds exciting.
No, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll play some poker. We'll do a lot of top golf. We'll eat at the steakhouse there a few times. They have a little bit of everything. I don't know where the wife is, but we gotta fold her hand for her. Keeps beeping.
Hey, Chris, let me ask you this.
Sorry, baby, we folded.
Needed a potty break.
I'm the kind of person I think Phil Hellmuth is a goat. Okay, by all means, I think he is a goat. Did you see the hand from the live stream where it appears that he mults his cards, Phil?
Yeah, that's the hustler. That's the hustler.
Yeah, that I mean that hand. I think what he should have done is just push the bet back, and they should have just ran it out. Like obviously we saw who his competition was, and I don't think Phil was doing anything illy wrong or anything. I think more people just have a thing against Phil and maybe jealous that Phil was in that game. And I think a lot of people disrespected Phil that he wouldn't top up in the game and put more money there since how bad they were playing. It seemed like he was scared to, add on like $100,000 or something in that game. And I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that added up to all that stuff.
Well, and if you listen to the table talk, it was clear that Phil did not fold his hand. But the one thing I don't agree with is him taken the pot. They should have just split the money and just call the cards dead and just be on. I mean, it just would have looked good for poker if they would have
Yeah.
just, not add any more money to it and just be done with the hand. That part I disagreed with.
I think Phil's
hindsight is
resolution
20/20.
was pretty good though.
No,
The resolution
absolutely.
worked out, and I mean the thing is you could watch all the interviews from all the players and stuff, and everybody enjoyed Phil there, and all the people watching Phil that didn't like Phil, that's just their opinion on what they saw and didn't hear kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know,
But
it
if you
looked
go
like
back and listen, I mean, it's clear as day. He was not angle shooting. He was, talking with the other people around him. And, it just was unfortunate that it, turned into what it turned into. But that's the poker world. Everybody jumps to conclusions.
it looked
100%.
like a fold. It looked
I
like
did not watch. I know that you guys post in the clubhouse. I did not have time to watch it.
Hey, anybody know who Stew Dog is?
Yes, that's a good friend of mine, Steven Stewart. He's from right here in Savannah, Georgia.
It's from Georgia.
Mhm.
We have a lot of people from Georgia that plays our games. Actually, our game started because of COVID. We all got together and decided to start hosting these games, and it just becomes such competition that
Oh,
it's
that's
still
awesome.
going strong. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what?
it's a lot of fun.
So how it works, Chris, is the two people that finish in first and second place today move on to the championship game, which we'll have in, I don't know, August or whatever. We haven't picked a date yet. And we get donated prizes to give away for the championship game. So like when we have guests on, they'll send us a copy of their book autographed, or who was it gave us a backpack autograph? Was it Joe Stapleton?
Joe Stapleton.
Yeah, Joe Stapleton. So
we even had Run Good donate $100 gift card to us.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say if you didn't have anything from Tana with Run Good, we could talk to him.
Yeah,
well, we would love it for our next championship. That would be amazing if you could do that. We would love it.
Yeah, we would. And it was a big hit.
And we just give away the prizes. Before the game, we let everybody know what the prizes are in what order. And if you come in, if you are the first donkey out, you get a trophy donated by me. It's a bobble butt donkey for the first jackass out. But we've had some great prizes, and honestly, as you know, we're a free game, and our folks just enjoy our game because there's like no pressure, right? But everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
I'm somehow surviving still in this thing.
Now, Sherry, who won with you last week? Because I'm trying to.
It was Kobe. Caitlin.
Natalie. Okay. Kobe.
And let me tell you, I've never seen somebody win with ace rag at not heads up, at the final table so many times as she did that night. I was like, oh my God, she's that ace rag again. It was incredible.
I just wanted to make sure I put it on record. But we keep track of the wins. So, and everybody wants to be in the championship game. Everybody. So they work super hard to win their seat.
Absolutely. Especially when Raquel is giving away her free candy that she makes, homemade candy.
Yes. And
you would think we were giving away golden bars.
Right? Nope, just candy.
I like her good candy.
I still have some of that good candy.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me my best friend, she calls me, she goes, you wouldn't believe what Kenny just found. I'm like, what? She goes, your candy. I was like, wasn't that like 2 years ago? She goes, yes. Oh my God. And she's eating it. I said, honey, you need to just throw that away. I'll make you new. She goes,
why? It'll get stronger, won't it?
She is still eating it. And she says, well, I'm going to eat this, but you can go ahead and make me new. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but won't it get more potent?
I don't know. But can't imagine that I made it 2 years ago and she's still eating it. And she was so excited. I mean, she was so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I would just think it would get more potent. I mean, it's only candy. It's not going to kill you.
I'm like, I don't know how long it preserves. I'm like, it's just hardtack candy. And she's like, she's not throwing it away. She's not listening to me.
Weed is not going to get more potent.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It don't. It
Because I
stays
never let it
straight.
get that long before it goes. I don't
Yeah.
give it a chance to go bad.
It don't get stronger as it sits
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
The stuff that I
Wishful
make
thinking.
before you put it in
Wishful
the
thinking.
candy, the longer it sits there, it does. That can be like 3 years and it will be really strong, like almost 6 times its strength. So the longer that sits there,
The
before you-
longer what sits there.
the tincture that I make for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a whole process. It's all
Gotcha. I'm just curious.
You can come over at Christmas time and help me make it. I'll show
Hell
you.
no, it's too damn cold up there at Christmas time. You bring
And
It
that
she's
is
got
cold.
stable.
stuff
No
down
way.
here. I'll provide
Oh
you
my gosh,
food.
she's so worried about my dog's going to eat her. My dog is not going to eat you. I promise you.
Well,
And
come on,
it says
thank-
no. She's going to love you.
look, like that. Pack table up, pack it up, pack up your stuff to make what you got to use to make your tincture. Come on down here. We'll use my weed, and we won't have to worry about it
All
being
right.
really cold.
You got it.
And we'll make us a candy.
Except for my Mustang go in the snow, so there can't be bad roads.
There won't be what you get
It's my favorite
this
word
time.
with the wife. Mustang.
Mustang,
go-
yeah.
Her and her colleagues from Czech Republic, they called it how'd you call it, baby? Mustang?
Mustang.
Mustang.
It's like a French way of saying Mustang.
Mustang.
Well, you would think I would be Mustang Girl in the game, but I'm not. It actually used my email as my name, so I screwed it up when I signed up for PokerStars. Mustang Sally.
I think this is my going away song.
Is it?
They're all coming for my bounty.
They're all coming for it.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad I
Oh
did
my
do it
God.
last longer with Kat.
She kicked your
You
Yeah.
butt.
guys, when y'all play in the same tournament, do y'all do it last longer? Or?
No, not usually. We should. I'd probably lose a lot.
Yeah. I'm the same way. My wife, she kicks my ass.
Go, Stephanie, go. Hey, how did Jonathan do in the bowling tournament in Vegas, Keith?
I think he done $1,800.
Nice.
Positive.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
evidently that's
Good for
good.
him.
I don't know. I know bowling is a dangerous sport. That's all I'm going to say. Bowling is dangerous, super dangerous. Do it.
Trust him on that one.
Keith suffered a life-changing injury bowling, unfortunately. He's speaking the truth, Chris.
From the shoulder?
No,
His ankle.
Oh no.
I my foot folded, and I done the splits. And at the time, I weighed about 520, 530, somewhere along in there. And when I went down, I snapped my Achilles tendon completely in half. Yeah,
That's no
Yeah.
good.
no.
Makes me cringe every time he says it.
I know that's right. Oof.
And then he
So
had
what
to
do you-
go to the website. He made a whole website. It's on YouTube.
No, I didn't make a website.
It's a website or
the
whatever.
bowling alleys, surveillance cameras caught
Oh
it.
my god.
Well, the manager of the bowling alley gave me the footage. I put it on YouTube. And have you ever heard of that reality show called "It Only Hurts When I Laugh"?
Uh-uh.
Well, they took it off of YouTube and put it up there on the TV.
Oh, it's kind of, Sherry
Poor
goes right
Keith.
to it, and she's going, "Oh my god, I can't even believe it did this."
I
I'm
couldn't
like,
watch it. It
I
just made me sick.
I don't want to
It,
watch it. I'm
it's
like, yeah, I
brutal.
can't.
It's
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah.
Why Keith is never bowling again?
.com.
That's the title of it. Look it
Y'all
up
heard?
on
I mean,
YouTube.
it's on YouTube.
It's
Yeah,
It's
gross.
record, Chris. Just
It's
go right
gross.
there. You can see it.
There's
Yeah.
no blood. There's no guts. You just see my big fat ass go down, and every pin in the whole daggum bowling alley goes down. And
It's rough.
my wife's family, they're huge into bowling. I mean, that they eat, breathe, sleep bowling. They're almost as bad as I am with poker. But so they're friends with the manager. Well, the manager came to the hospital to check on me, and he brought me the CD that had my video of me falling on it. And when he brought me the CD, I said, "Man, I'm sorry about your floor. I know I fucked it up pretty bad."
It was not a pretty sight, unfortunately.
No,
Keith
it was.
has a lifelong injury now.
I used to drive a truck, and that ended my trucking career. I can no longer drive a truck ever again.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
All
this
that from
tournament,
bowling.
any special prizes for the 20th place finisher?
Yeah, you don't
No.
get shit.
You just
I
have to
played
come back
one
now to
hand.
get into the
You,
championship.
We'll put you on the wall of shame.
and Sherry's favorite hand I went out on. That's Sherry's favorite hand, and it's my fourth favorite hand.
Good game there, Chris. You fought pretty hard. Oh man,
Almost
that's
almost did it. I made a pair.
I kept thinking you were Fishmaster at my table. You wasn't.
Fishmaster. Nope, I was the Mexican king suck out.
Okay.
It was literally probably one of the first screen names I ever made. I thought when I was downloading the Poker Stars to play in the US that I was gonna get to create a new screen name. Oh no, they already had that email, so I needed to play under this one.
Exactly. And you know what? That's what my poker name's Mustang Girl, and then I was just stuck with it forever.
Hey, Chris, let me kind of give
Carmen
you a
is
little warning here. Me and my wife, we have the same checking account, right? Well, we play on Poker Stars. We play their home games like what we're doing now. And my wife used to run a money game, money.
Do the books.
Do the books for it, right? We had, I don't know, 6 or 7 games a day, whatever. But Poker Stars released these little throwable things, Well, I wanted the fishing pole, and I wanted the hoop, and I wanted it all, right? So and they said, look, if you buy these chips, we'll give you these throwables. So, hell, I went and bought me a $40 package worth of free chips, right? I mean, hell, I spent more for worse. And so after I got them, my wife decided she wanted. So she goes and buys her some chips. Well, because we have the same checking account, it looks like we're multi-accounting. They ban us both.
I'll make sure me and Kat don't do that.
Yeah, just make sure.
2 separate accounts.
Yep. Now, me and my husband both play poker, and we're online, and I use a different card than he does. You know what I mean? Use my credit card, and he'll use his because
That's the great thing about Bitcoin. They'll take it from the same wallet every time.
yes, you're so right about that.
Bitcoin is a necessary for online poker at this day and age right now, in my opinion. It's just the easiest way to put money on. Because a lot of the sites, if you use a credit card, they charge you the international fees and all that kind of stuff.
Don't worry.
Yep.
One of your senators is trying to get the fees to apply to Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to do.
So stupid.
I ain't worried about all that. I got so much daggum write-offs.
No.
We've got a lot of gambling wins that we've have to claim on our taxes. So that's why my wife keeps me around, is because I'm her losses. Hey, are you sure you don't want an extra bullet in this thing?
Oh God, that's hilarious.
I'll tell you
That's
what,
hilarious.
man, the way I've been running bad this year. I can't win a race. I can't win when I'm ahead. I can't win from behind. I can't win.
Well, I always tell my friends when they're going through those stages, start playing some video games or something else. Take a nice breather from the pokers.
I know that's right. That's my theory.
Every time I say, okay, I want to take a break from poker. I ain't gonna play poker. I go one day.
You actually made it a day?
Yeah.
I can't believe you even made it a day.
This is like a conversation I had with people before, and there's a lot of days I can't go without playing. Like, even if I'm on vacation, I might have to play some cash game on my phone for a little bit or something like that. And the sad thing is I think we're all just addicted to poker. It's not like the gambling, but it's just the game of poker. Like, I always, I was gonna sit around to do this today. I was like, well, I'm gonna play some poker while I do this.
I have no problem taking a break.
One day, I went one day, and I think the only reason it was that I went that one day without poker was because it was, we was up in Cherokee, and the Airbnb that we had didn't have no interweb, and I was stuck.
He was on a desert island. An internet desert island.
That's how I feel at my parents' house. The internet here is not good. It's sad to think that I have better internet in Mexico. It's actually not sad to think about it. It's because America's cheap about how much bandwidth they give you and stuff.
So where in Mexico is it you live?
Playa del Carmen.
Near Cozumel.
Yeah, near Cozumel, between Cancun and Tulum. It's on the peninsula, the Yucatan.
Okay, I'm fixing to head to Tijuana. One of my friends is in Tijuana right now having skin surgery.
I could give you a lot of bad places to go there. I lived in Rosarito for 2 years.
Oh wait, no. I guarantee you Keith's story about Tijuana and midget hookers will beat any story you have about Tijuana.
Well, if he hasn't been to a donkey show there, then he hasn't done anything there yet.
Hey, Chris, it wasn't Tijuana. It wasn't Tijuana. It was Boys Town down south of Laredo. I got kicked out of a Mexican whorehouse.
Oh my goodness!
We call those brothels.
Well, no, it was just a bar that had a bunch of rooms off to the side of it, and the bartender would go like that, and out come all these women, and out come, and one of them was a midget, and I was like, "Hey, here's my $30, let's go." and it was right when cell phones first come out with cameras on them, and I thought, "Oh boy, I'm gonna get a picture of a midget with her little bitty hands over a little bitty bobo. It's gonna make it look really big, right?" I was gonna get a picture of it. Well, when she jumped up on the bed was about like this high. When she jumped up on the bed, well, I started laughing, and she started yelling at me in Mexican language. Next thing you know, here comes the bartender. He throwed me out, wouldn't give me my money back or nothing.
Oh, my
Yeah. So
poor Keith.
I'm the only person I know that can get kicked out of a Mexican whorehouse.
I told you it was a good
Yep.
story, Chris.
I used to drive a truck, so I mean, if you get me
Chris is
here,
probably like, I've been there.
hey, I've seen all 7 seasons of Pornhub, man. There ain't nothing on that shit. I've seen the
Well,
Donkey Show more
I,
than
I I have a feeling in Tijuana you guys will be making it to the lovely Hong Kong.
well, I'm going down there for surgery, so you kind of you when you fly into San Diego, the medical team comes and picks you up, and you go straight to the hospital. And when you leave the hospital, you know I'm going to have probably 850 stitches. I don't think I want to go see one of those shows.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Do you have your date set?
No, I don't have my date set yet. They're so booked.
Is this a big hospital there? Is it pretty big? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tijuana's the biggest American city that's not in the U.S.
Yep.
Wow.
When I went there for my weight loss surgery, I figured it was going to be like in a chicken coop or something like that, you know.
That's what I would picture. Like,
But no, it was actually nicer than any hospital I've been into in the United
Wow.
States.
wow. Crazy.
T is making bank on weight loss surgeries. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Saved my life.
I hear you, bud.
Yep. Amen to that.
Yeah, one of my best friends, he got married in Rosarito, just south of Tijuana, just before the last World Series, and I got to take Kat. We flew into Tijuana and took a taxi from there all the way down to Rosarito. She got to experience that side of Mexico. She loved it though, because that side of Mexico, the views from the Pacific, it's like a cheap California.
Yeah. Yep. It is.
I bet it's beautiful there.
It is pretty. The Baja, yeah, it's pretty there.
Hey, you guys need to do one of the poker cruises from LA doing the Baja, Mexico. That would be a fun one. You would have poker, you would have your good views, and you'd have Mexico.
I think my next cruise is going to be the Alaskan card cruise.
The one is that's coming up that's soon, right?
It is, but I won't go this year. It'll be next year, the following year.
When they say it's legal to smoke weed on those there boats,
it can't be that far away.
I can't be trapped on a boat. I tell you what, you trap me on a boat with no weed for 7 days, I'm going to be the only son of a bitch left on that boat.
I got news for you. There's plenty of weed on those boats.
I was gonna say they make patches now for you, Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
bring
he
their
had to
little
give it up
vape
before he
pens.
went.
I had to cover my body in weed patches.
I can see him now. He'll be on his cheeks, his
Here
forehead.
comes Keith. Here comes Keith.
Yeah. I can see it now. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Too funny.
Yeah, no. How are they getting them? I mean, I travel with weed all the time, like in airports. I mean, I'll put it in my bag and put it under the plane because they don't care. But
Not that we're promoting that.
I didn't go out of the country with it because that's where
I've
that's
never
where
seen
they
me
get the
travel
drugs.
with anything like that.
And they can find that you bring some pineapple back from fucking Puerto Rico. They worry about that pineapple, but they ain't gonna worry about that Colombian gold I got in there.
Oh gosh. It's hilarious.
You're too funny, bud.
That just ain't happening. Keith don't care. He'll put it in a suitcase. He'll be like, ounce of it. Like
Pound.
pounds. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I go to
Okay,
Vegas.
who is F? Who is the player FRMBEMIDJI?
I do not know.
Well, whoever it is telling me Alaska cruises are for old people.
Oh,
Well,
they're not for old people.
newsflash,
Nah.
I'm
What the
old.
hell are you?
Newsflash, I'm old.
They're not for old people. They are not. You see a lot more young people on the cruises than
She
anything.
babysitting
I'll tell you
most.
something about Alaskan cruise.
Oh, Curtis.
There's less children on the cruises, which is always a good thing.
Oh, that
Right?
is a good thing. Yeah.
Oh,
That is.
Curtis. That's right. Yes, Curtis.
Oh, that's
Curtis,
good.
I like old people. I have lots of friends that are old. I have lots of friends that are young. I want to
Yeah,
see the
that's it.
scenery
I'm
and the
never going
whales.
on Alaskan cruise. If there's nothing but old people, I'm not. Just forget it. I'm not going.
And Raquel's trying to pretend she isn't old, but we won't wake her up from that dream.
No. It's all lies, Chris. They feed lots of lies.
Oh.
Just stay away from these two whenever it's your birthday. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, because she can't keep up.
Yep.
I didn't do nothing but sing stroking, okay?
I don't want to hear
Sing
your
stroking
lips.
and karaoke
I don't want to
and
hear
smoking
it.
weed. You can't say keep doing nothing.
They even got me out there singing. And I was like, I don't even know what we were singing, but we were singing. Man.
We took her out for her birthday at when we were all in
What, Eddie?
Jacksonville.
That's what I go stroking.
That's what Keith's saying.
That's exactly what Keith's saying right now.
We
Oh
were
my
singing
God.
the Eagles. The girls did an Eagles song.
Oh yeah, I do remember that song. Yeah. And then it was so bad that somebody's reading we were just so drunk. And
Some of us were.
somebody's reading the prompt, but they're not playing our song that we were up there for. And she is singing her heart out. So we're kind of like humming to it. And the whole group of people in front of us are watching us. And I go, yep, that's right. And we're going to be back for the next one. We're looking forward to it, honey. I was like, it was so funny.
It was
That's
pretty
just
hilarious.
I did make it to the poker tournament. And it was pretty bad. It was brutal. Very late. I think the last 5 minutes late registration.
You were pretty green. You were pretty green the next day.
I was like, I'm just keeping where I can keep focus where the bathroom was in case I had to run. I'm like, where's the bathrooms, people? It was the best bet. It was, I think, my first time there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where one of the places we're considering moving. Maybe poker in Georgia will be here before we move back to the U.S. But Jacksonville is like one of the spots me and Kat been thinking about moving to.
I think that's a good spot.
Well, look at here.
Yeah.
I have a home game up here in Savannah, which is about 2 hours up the road from Jacksonville. So if you get there, come on up.
I needed to know you when I lived in Savannah when Black Friday happened and I drove that 2 hours there and 2 hours back every single day.
Yeah, well,
That was I felt like I had a real job then.
I didn't live here then. I lived in Tennessee at that time. Wait, when did Black Friday hit?
2000.
Yeah, 2013, I think.
Well, no,
12 or 13.
I was living here. But I only played one little home. I didn't run the game then, but now like right now, there's a cash game going on here at my office. We've got a room up here in my office. I've got 4 poker tables set up. Everywhere in the room, on every wall, there's at least 2 TVs. Some walls has got 3 TVs. So when I do a tournament, no matter where you're sitting at, you're going to get to watch TV and you're going to see a blind clock. And we got 3 tables going right now of our cash game. And then on Friday nights we have tournaments, and then once a month I have a 2-day event. We start on Sunday at noon. We stop at 7. We bag our chips at 7 because it's got the cash game. Starts at 7:30, and then you come back on Sunday and we start at Sunday and finish it out with 45-minute blinds. Big old deep stack tournament.
Yeah, I'll have to find an excuse, like have an excuse to come down there, take cat. Cause I used to live like in right by Tybee Island back in the day there for
Okay, well,
good
I'm not
year
here
and a
in
half.
Garden City, right?
He'll love Savannah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he's
love Savannah more when they used to make the river green on St. Patrick's Day.
They went back
If
to
I go
it
to Savannah, it would be for St. Patrick's Day. I feel like.
They went back to that today or this year.
Yep,
Did they? Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yep. This
Thanks,
is our
y'all.
first St. Patrick's Day event since before COVID, since 2019.
People are crazy there for St. Patty's Day for
You
sure.
ain't kidding.
I've never seen it. I've never seen St. Patty's Day celebrated like that.
Oh, go to
When
Chicago. Go to
well,
Chicago.
they do it big too. Yeah, it's all about the green.
But ours is the
Yeah.
second largest in the United States, next to New York is number 1, and we are number 2. Sorry, Chicago.
No, that's not the right stat.
I'm just going by what they say on the TV.
Well, I posted it because
not
because
watch
somebody sent it to me.
TV.
Only because someone sent it to me, I posted it.
But yeah,
Let's
you get
just
over,
say
if you get over
you're
to
not going to have a
Jacksonville,
bad time at either city for St. Patty's Day. You will not have a bad time in either city.
Mr. Meaty was drunk and he didn't want to show his face on camera, but Miss Sharon says we can't see his face, and that's the same thing that happened to Mr. Meaty when he was on. I said, well, Mr. Meaty was drunk, and he didn't.
Well, not everybody wants to show their face. That's okay.
he might be sitting there. Sharon,
I
he might
remember
be
when
sitting
James
there.
came on here, he was all like buzzed up, drunk, and he didn't want to be on camera.
He might be sitting there in his birthday suit. Who knows? I mean,
That's true.
he may be doing us a big favor by not turning that camera on.
Oh, is my
Each his
camera not
own.
on?
No,
No.
How? What? It says this. I don't know.
You see right down here.
I have no idea. I always saw that I couldn't see myself, but I didn't know why my camera's not working. See,
You don't-
technology, it's hard.
You might not. You're using a laptop.
Yeah.
You might not have your camera turned on.
Well, it's on the bottom. I don't know. It says
There
Press
should be
Z.
two. There should be two screens with your picture on it. One that we see and one that you see.
yeah, I don't.
But he don't have his
See.
camera turned on. He clicked on the.
Yeah,
little
that's. I agree
camera
with what he's saying. I don't know why.
yeah, might be in your settings.
If you type right down there in that little box, type in camera, where it says type here to search.
Yeah, let's see.
Type in webcam.
You know, this whole time I thought I had a camera on. It's on right here.
Until we called them out on it.
Yeah.
We don't care. Well, that's why I switched from radio to YouTube, because for 2 years they listened to us on the radio, but they see our profile pictures on Facebook, but it was a chance for them to actually get to see us. It made it a little bit more different for them.
No, you still ain't got it turned on.
Yeah, I'm clicking buttons and nothing is working.
It's all.
Oh, here we go. Default.
I was gonna say the
maybe
really
this one.
tiny buttons, Chris. They program
There
stuff.
you are.
There
Yeah,
you are.
I had to change some settings or whatever.
Well,
I thought
hey,
it was on the whole time, but
Is-
what do I know?
Is that run good on? See?
I always got to run good on. I'm not lying.
I'm always wearing flamingos. Hey, do you stream? Do you do like Twitch or anything?
I've done it twice. It just takes up too much energy to do it. Like I can't play as many tables when I'm streaming, which maybe is a better thing. Playing less tables usually works out better for me, but I don't know. I got a lot of friends that do it, and there be occasions that I'll hop in a like Discord with some friends and I'll stream it like to a audience of friends, so we just have a good sweat of a good tournament or something.
Yeah. Now, when you say because you multi-table, the reason I multi-table, like I'm like I'm playing 6 games right now.
Hmm.
I guess the reason I feel like I need to do it is so I can increase my chances of, if I bink one of them, well, that covers the other 5, and I'm good.
No,
Or
it
that,
definitely.
and I'm too bored playing one because I'm so damn tight that my VPIP is 14 to 19, and uh, I just get bored. So I just feel like if I've got 6 games going, I'm constantly doing something. Does that make sense?
No, for sure. I mean, I definitely multi-table for the reason that there's a lot of good tournaments, and then yeah, playing one tournament just is boring, I guess. That's why I like playing live poker is boring for me. You're
Live
used to
poker,
playing so many tables online that
Keith is your
uh,
soulmate then, because he feels the same way.
live
I
poker is rigged, rigged,
I've said that for a long time.
rigged, straight up
Some of these
fucking
folks might
rigged.
be proving you right here lately, Keith.
uh, when I first got into poker, I used to 40 table. I used to play a lot.
40.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've seen people play like that. It's just
yeah,
insane.
The
It's
most
like
I've done is 8, and
yeah.
it was going so fast that I I run a HUD as well, but it was going so fast that I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
the big thing
delicious.
about like playing more tables, like back in the day when I did it, we had Table Ninja and I would just have hotkeys. So if I wanted to fold, I just click the button. If I wanted to raise a certain percentage, I just click the button. You know, if I wanted to go all in, I could just right click my mouse. Like it was all real simple. But yeah, nowadays I don't play as many.
I multi. Now that Poker Stars is you got mobile, I even multi-table while I'm driving.
Uh, Before Black Friday, or whatever, I would be the person driving their car with like 2 pillows set next to me, and I'd be using a hotspot, and I'd be playing like 4 tables while I was driving to a place, usually to a casino.
Good God Almighty. You and Keith are soulmates.
I'm telling you, I can't even imagine go down the highway playing poker. Like,
Do you have a stable? I mean, do you do a
Yeah,
lot?
I stake I think like 6 or 7 people right now online, and we usually do like a hand review like once a week and all that good stuff.
oh, empty pockets at a queen. Sorry.
Talk to us about being a teaching pro.
Teaching pro.
Yeah.
Um, I like doing the teaching stuff because it keeps me fresh and sharp in poker. Because when I'm not teaching, I'm not studying myself and I'm not staying sharp in different things. It's always nice to review someone else's thing to see some mistakes they make that maybe, work out, or, vice versa. If we look at mine, I'm like, well, should be raising here. And I ended up just folding. Like, you always find things when you look at it from a different view.
So, how many students you have currently?
I just honestly stake just the people that I stake are the only
Gotcha.
students. I guess that's not true. I help a couple friends, but most of the people that I do help, like I buy action of them in other tournaments and stuff. So it's like it's like having some kind of investment. I have a friend in Arkansas, and she's been wanting me to coach her, and we've been trying to figure out. She's been sick and that kind of stuff, so we haven't figured everything out yet. But I told her instead of charging her money that I would rather her give me a percentage of money she makes from the coaching. So I have the encouragement to make her win, and she gives up a small portion of what she wins for to do better.
I like
Right.
that. Yeah, absolutely. She'll be hitting like 1 million soon. That'd be a nice, a nice return.
I do think you females have an edge in live poker.
Why is that?
You guys, I think I actually had this conversation with Lonnie Harwood in down in South Florida at the Run Good stop, and she was telling me if she was a male, that she probably wouldn't have had all the success that she had, but she's able to take advantage of people for trying to bust her because she's a female, and then she also takes advantage of men that will soft play her because she's a female. Like there's two aspects of it.
Absolutely. And the stereotypical, things they put on me as a female, I'm older, I'm this, I'm that. When I sit down, I just laugh. And whatever they say that they think I am, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly me. Sure.
I don't say anything. It gives me notes on them on like how they feel about me sitting there, and it only gives me a little bit more of an edge, And I don't reply back to any of it, any negative feed for me sitting there.
Yeah, I always yell at Kat to be more girly at the table or whatever. She always has that. She'll stare at people, and she has such a good poker face, but she needs to talk it up and get some of those older guys to soft play her like some of the people do to some people. So
Or they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
she ends up catching her straight or flush or whatever it was because they
be like,
to her.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Things they won't do for us.
Yeah.
Right.
People go out of their way to try to bust me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely women have an edge like there's no tomorrow.
The first person I ever staked in poker was Natasha Barber, who's Jason Mercier's wife now, and she just had she knew how to use it so well to being a woman, like, and taking advantage of it at a poker table. But yeah, I have a lot of lady poker friends in the poker community, and Lexi Gavin's like one of the other Run Good ambassadors, and we've had some talks of doing some studies, me helping her with like the theory of poker, and she would in return help Kat with being a woman in the poker field. So
Nice.
I love Lexi. I've known her for a few years. We had her on. I think it was like in the fall, wasn't it, you guys?
Mhm.
It was right before she launched her app. Love her.
Yeah, no, I was gonna. She launched a poker site that I was gonna be a coach for, but I think she's given up on that and just gonna continue working with like poker coaching.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, today in the mail, we just got her wedding invite. Me and Kat to go to her and Bob's wedding.
Coming up soon.
Towards the end of the year, yeah.
I can't wait. She's gonna make a beautiful bride.
She is, and it's such a beautiful love story. I love that she shared it with us all. Facebook, yeah.
I try to steal Bob from her all the time.
A bromance, I hear.
We definitely have a bromance when the girls aren't around.
That's awesome. Those friendships are hard to find when you're on the road.
100%, especially in this community. Like, not saying all poker people are bad, but there's a lot of bad relationships out there.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's like that in most industries, but you know, being in poker, you just see it all the time, and it's hateful,
Sad but
hurtful,
true.
and yeah.
Sad but true.
Chicks, yeah.
Somebody want to give us a rundown of what we got going on in this game?
I was in hand. I had pocket sevens, hit a 7. Okay, so put me in 3rd place, which was good. Needed that. I could do it tough. All right. Stu Dog, 1977, with 1 knockout, 51K. Oh, this is why we're doing the top 5 here.
I can't see it, so no, it isn't.
17.
I can't see it.
2 knockouts. I'm messing
But
with
hey,
it.
celebrate me. I'm in second.
48. Yes, 48K. We have 3rd place. We have Ellie Mae.
Oh,
2 knockouts at 25K. Tuggy's wife is in 4th. 2
Cat,
knockouts,
what do you
23K.
Chris, ask Cat
Mr.
what she
Meaty.
has. Should I
I
call
see
her?
what she has.
Should I
Depends what you
call her?
have.
It depends
Ooh.
what you have.
Should she
Oh,
call
I
you?
got a nice ace. but I'm gonna fold to her. 'cause
She
I've
has a
played with
nice
her
ace.
before. I folded to you.
She said if she would have known you only had ace high, you could have called. She had a pair.
Yeah, I had ace 10.
She had a big hand the hand before. She made a big fold. She flopped 3 queens.
Oh, nice.
3 queens or a set?
3 queens. She had queen jack.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
was playing
matter.
this
3 of
short.
a kind. It was 3 of a kind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It drives me crazy. There was a
I don't say it. I'll never say it wrong, so you don't have to worry about that.
hate it when somebody says, "Oh, I flopped a set." Well, then you had a vote. No, I flopped a set. No, if you flopped a set, then that means you had a vote.
Chris,
Oh,
they're asking
I
your
had
poker
ace
name
queen. You come out queen,
in the
queen.
game chat.
my poker name on the stars.
Yeah, because they wanted to
It
know
was
if you were playing. I said, yeah, he was playing.
King suck out. Yeah, I think 20th. I lost all my chips very quickly and tried to rebound, and it didn't happen.
His wife is playing now. She's on Sherry's table.
She's cat
Yep.
attack.
She's been surviving as well.
So she's still in the game?
Say it again.
So. Yeah. Your wife is still in.
Yep, she's still in. She's usually in when I'm not, and then when I'm in, she's usually not in. We've been having I think down in Cherokee, we cashed almost every event between the 2 of us. There's only 2 events that I know we didn't cash. It was the seniors and the main event.
That's incredible.
Pretty good. Pretty good
Which
there,
one of you old enough to
Conrads.
play the senior event?
I know that's the problem. We're not.
Oh, that's why you didn't cash.
We could
Now,
get you a fake
did you
ID.
teach her to play poker?
Do I? Did I teach her?
Did you? Yeah, did you teach her to play?
She was familiar with poker before we dated, but COVID was good for both of us, where she got to do a lot of studying with me because I did a lot of studying during COVID. So she was forced to have to study with me, but she enjoys it as much as I do. So, and then I think one of her Christmas gifts, my poker coach, I bought her lessons with him for her, and she still works with him pretty heavily,
Oh, that's great.
when she's available to work, I guess.
Nice.
But
So what does she do at Poker News?
she's a photographer.
Okay.
She will take all the pictures. She does what Peaches does at Cherokee.
Oh, okay. I
Indeed.
listen to the Poker News podcast all the time. I didn't know she was ever on that.
No,
No.
just the pictures.
She does
I
beautiful
don't think
work. I first met her down at Best Bet gosh, it was, I think, right
It was,
before COVID hit or right after COVID hit when they first started coming back.
it was when we first started coming back, because I remember that because we both final tabled the first event together that was on the live stream, and people were wanting to try to say we were cheating and stuff.
People are crazy.
They are.
People are crazy.
We did a good job of staying out of each other's way to make sure we didn't play hands post flop with each other. But
Well, that was
you know,
good. Yeah.
poker's poker. I mean, at the end of the day, our money's the same money, but if we have to bust one of another, it's gonna happen.
Right. Exactly.
All right, let me ask you
My
something.
husband
Okay,
does play.
me and my wife, we play poker together every single day. Okay, I mean, especially because we're playing a lot of home games.
Mhm.
We're normally playing at the same table. A lot of times we end up at the same table. We don't soft play each other worth of shit. I'll take her out just as quick
Yep.
as she'd take me out. I actually took her out on her birthday.
Meanie.
Asshole.
Right? Meanie. He'll be like, not nice, Napier. Not nice.
And he would
So-
even chop with her in another tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a
They
little
were heads up.
No, we wasn't heads up. We wasn't heads up. We have a little local live league here. Where we play for money.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, and we run on everything runs on points. It's the money is the points, and the more points you accumulate throughout the year, all this. So, and we have a monthly game. The first Sunday of every month is the monthly for the prior month, and we have the winner would get a trophy, which was a shot glass, and it would say Poker Not Social monthly winner. Well, it got down to me and Stephanie, and the guy that runs the league, him and his girlfriend. Okay, it was down to us four.
Now, wait, let me stop you for a minute because I want to reiterate that we're talking about a shot glass trophy. Go ahead, Keith.
So, anyways, I just got counterfeited like a motherfucker.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Never mind, I can get out of it. So, they said, "Hey, do y'all want to do an ICM?" Right? I'm always about a chop. I don't mind paying the bubble. Never will say no. Except I said my wife was the chip leader. I said, "Does that mean Stephanie gets the trophy?" And he said, "Well, yeah, that means she's got more chips. She's gonna be declared the winner." I said, "Well, let's play."
He would not stop.
She went out the
Did you
next
walk
hand.
home that night?
Two hands later, she was out, and she was pissed. So I mean, if there's a trophy involved, I want to play hard. I want that trophy. I don't care about money. I can always I got a job. I work Monday through Friday at. I wanted the trophy. So
Poor
is
Stephanie.
that wrong of me, Chris? Would you have played it any different against Kat?
Careful, Chris. It's a trap.
Well, see, the thing is I, unlike you, this is my job, so money is more important than a trophy. I can't tell you how many times playing poker tournaments I've taken first place money, but signed for second place and let the person get, the trophy and all the fame and that kind of thing. Like, to me, that it's all about the money for what I'm playing for.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, but I guess if I didn't have a regular job, if I was playing poker for a living, I guess I would look at it that way too. But
Like these circuit rings, they're worth nothing to me. Like I think they're like $100 or $200, but they mean a lot to some people. But if it means
Right.
that much to someone and they would rather take second place money, but go down as the winner and have the trophy, I'm I'm the right person to get heads up with because I will take first place money and let you win the tournament.
well,
I'll remember that. I
I
put that
will.
in my memory
I was
bank.
gonna say I want the ring. I want the bling. I want yeah.
I am the right. I have plenty of people that I won't mention any names. We've made this deal in the past, and I'm a man of the word. I care about the money and not the rings. And you know, someone's
Smart.
asked me, would it be different when it became a bracelet? And I was like, probably not. Like the fame of saying you won a bracelet, yeah, it might be pretty cool, but the pay jump between first and second in a bracelet is probably worth like half of a house or something like that. So it's probably the bracelet can't be worth that much fame to me.
That's true. That is
Yeah,
very
like I
Absolutely.
true.
said, I can always make more money. You can't. You
Yeah, but
can't always win a trophy.
Keith wants the trophy.
my my favorite trophy I ever won was at it wasn't Best Bet, it was Orange Park back then, and they
It's
gave me a
still
trophy, but the trophy wasn't the thing. It was they gave me a Happy Gilmore check, saying 143,000. I can't wait. I still have it. I actually probably could pull it out. It's in my parents' attic. But that is going to be on in my computer room when me and
I
Kat have our
love it.
own house, and
I love it.
that to me that will be the best trophy I've ever had.
That's
But
amazing.
I'm a big Happy Gilmore fan too, so I guess that has
For
something
good
to do with
reason.
it. But
You grew up
yeah,
in the Gulf capital of Georgia, Peachtree City.
right. Cat loves the golf carts and everything here, and she
Oh,
just
me
clicks the
too.
all in button.
Oh yeah. It's I have to say that there's one member of my family that no longer loves golf carts, but that's because a young kid ran him over, hit him
Oh
from
no.
behind as he was driving, and it's been what 4 years now, and he's still suffering consequences. So otherwise, we love golf carts.
Yeah, we took my parents' golf cart out actually once we came back from Cherokee, and I noticed something was not right, like the steering, something was wrong. So I had to told my dad, and he's like, "Oh, it's been like that for a while." I was like, "Well, it's not safe to drive." So this trip, when we got back here, we had my sister. She had to drop me off at the golf cart place because we had to pick up the golf cart. Had like $2,500 worth of repairs with the steering, and the lady was telling me the golf cart was not safe to drive, and I was like, "That's what I told my dad." But him and his old and stubborn ways, he did what he wanted to do.
Now, how old are
I
your parents?
yeah.
Are they elderly or are they still young?
My dad just turned 70, I guess last month or whatever. We
God
when we were
bless.
in when we were in Cherokee, we sent him to the Masters for his first time to celebrate his birthday
Oh,
there.
That's a pretty great.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was supposed to go, but I was having foot problems. So instead of going, I went and won the first event in Cherokee. I wasn't supposed to be there for that. I was supposed to be in Augusta. So it
Well,
worked out pretty
God
well.
had plans for you that day.
Yep.
Yeah, those are memories that will last a lifetime. That's awesome. Yeah, they're still pretty young. I mean,
My
yeah.
mom's 63 and he's 70, and they're living life. They're always out cruising or doing
That's
whatever.
awesome.
She keeps him young, is what it
She
sounds
does.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very big into pickleball. They're more into sports and athletic than I am right now, which is sad. But
And you know what? You're going to miss pickleball this weekend.
this weekend I will. Sadly,
I know. She
I
was
needed to
looking
move.
forward to it.
I needed to move the flight. Like, Kat's looking forward to Seattle. We didn't have to get to Seattle until Monday, but I figured we go to Seattle for a few days and
Oh
take her
yeah,
to the
go
fish
see.
market and all the good stuff down there. And but
Absolutely.
we'll find another time to meet up with your daughter to play some pickleball. It'll be better actually for me not to play with her this time because I haven't played in, I don't know, I probably put on 30 pounds since I last played, so I'm probably 30 pounds out of shape.
Well, is that foot
But
ready for pickleball? I didn't even think
I
about
got
your foot.
I got permission that I can do what I want to do now. I just need to
Okay.
stretch very good.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll get that figured out.
Now,
Yep.
you were
No,
talking about this fish market. Do they throw the fish in the air and you catch it and all that?
they're
Is that
yeah. You've never been to the fish market in Seattle? It's
no?
iconic. Yeah. So Kat, she only eats fish, so she's gonna absolutely love it because it's gonna be such fresh like salmon and other fish there that she's gonna love the whole trip, Alaska, everything.
So
I think
awesome.
her biggest disappointment will be New York.
New York's a different beast.
I always that was always on my bucket list was New York City. And when the pandemic hit, all I can think is that it's so dirty there. And I don't want to go there now.
And you know what? It
That's how I
really
view
isn't.
it.
In the subways, yes, but the city itself is clean.
I mean, I couldn't wait. I wanted to do the subways. I wanted to do it all. Like the Today Show, hold a sign out, to my mom, be like, one of the deal. I'm telling you, I wanted to do it all. And then when the pandemic, it changed my mind. I mean, it just did. And now,
Yeah.
like, I don't feel that way about it. And I mean, I still haven't been there, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It just
Yeah,
did
I'm not much of a city person, I guess. Like Kat, she loves the cities and all that kind of
Me
stuff.
too.
So
I'm with
Yeah,
her.
see, I couldn't ride. I wanted to do the bus because, like, I'm a country girl, and we never did like city bus. Like I never got to do any of that.
The little things in life. The one
I
thing
know it sounds crazy for people that would take a city bus and be like, "Look, you're not missing anything." And I'm like, I know. I'm like, but
there's
I
two
have
things
never
in New
done
York
it.
that I haven't done that I would like to do, and that's Christmas at Rockefeller Center and a Broadway show. Those are the two things that I have yet to do
Exactly.
in New York. So hopefully one day.
yeah,
Well,
I
you
think
wanna
that's
see
something
me
we're
in
gonna try to
Vegas.
do in New York is do
Yeah.
one of those shows or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to New York with my parents, so they want to do a bunch of this stuff with us. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna be looking for you at the Today Show holding a sign. It's gonna say
That
"Run
says
Good." And I'll be
no.
like, "That's
Say
good."
go. Hey, Flophouse Radio.
Yeah, put Clubhouse Radio. I'll know it's you.
Oh, Chris is
we
like,
gotta
"You
we gotta
bunch of-"
wake up early enough for that. It's the
I
problem.
know you gotta go early.
Yeah, that is a
I
problem.
never thought I would meet someone that likes sleep more than I like sleep, and I like sleep.
Match made in heaven.
I say get enough sleep when you're dead.
That's I believe that too. Like I'll go to sleep at 4 or 5 in the morning and I'll be up, 10 or 11. It's not a big deal, but she needs 8 hours of sleep minimum, which ends up being a lot more than 8 hours of sleep usually. She's giving me a look. And then I look and she's got all these chips. Who'd she get lucky against?
Probably you.
No, I'm not, I've been out of this tournament.
The way it's
on
on my
this
table.
tournament.
We're on the final table now.
She
Okay.
she had 6,000. I see her with 30,000 now.
Oh, I don't know who she took them from.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
missed it as well.
We'll send her a firecracker.
They're sending you firecrackers, baby.
Oh, she sent him back.
How many's left in the, how many's
Send
left
me
in the
some
tank?
luck. We're on the final. So we
Final
got
table.
9. Yeah.
So is half this final table women?
Let's see. Me,
One,
Ellie Mae,
two,
Tuggy's wife, Empty
3,
Pockets, and
4,
Cat. Yep, 5 of us.
5. Yeah.
That's more than half.
Whoop,
Yep.
whoop. Girl power.
Hey, Chris, this is my wife, Stephanie. Stephanie, this is Chris
Hey,
Conrad.
Steph.
Hello, Stephanie.
His wife was in the
The
ladies
ladies event.
up at the Cherokee at WSOP.
Me too.
Yeah, she made
Did
the
you
final
get your
cut.
gift that I sent you in the mail?
Stephanie,
Not
you might have actually met
I mean-
Kat at Best Bet. She's played with us in the ladies' tournaments down there.
Oh, okay. Maybe. These guys up there are pissing me off upstairs, so you know.
Uh-oh.
What are they doing, girl?
They just don't know when to shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. Take their chips. That'll shut their asses up.
Just,
Facts.
Yeah, they would just cry worse when you take their chips.
yeah.
They'll even
Yo,
tell
I'm
the guy
gonna go-
next to him about it. They'll
Believe me, they already have. They're all like, ain't no reason to bet she's in a pod. She ain't gonna call unless she's
you
gonna.
guys know JJ, right? Okay, so we're at Little Kings and Queens, and I get to sit next to JJ. I was like so excited, right? And then they separated us and put us on a different table. And I'm at the other table, and the dude comes over to talk to his friend that's on the table, and he starts whispering, he goes, dude, it took her out. And I just kind of like looked right at him because there's not that many girls there, right? And I go, JJ's gone? Like that. He goes, and then he stopped talking and looked at me because he realized I can hear him, you know? But I mean, like when I say they talk about it, like they won't, you know, they just get so excited. Like, dude. I said, what is pretty epic if you took her out? I was like, because she's a pretty good player. And then he just looked at me. He didn't say anything, walked away.
Listen, I'm frozen up. I'm going to go out and come right back in.
Okay, maybe
Alright.
you'll warm up.
Hey, do you want me to pull the table up and share it? Raquel,
What's that?
do you want me to
Yeah.
pull the small table up and then share
He
the screen?
can. Yep.
And we'll let Chris do some commentating on it.
Okay.
Uh.
Absolutely.
All right, give me a
Okay.
second. I'm in a hand right now. Hang on, let me pull it up.
See, now I can see Chris. He's been a blank screen this whole time for me.
Well, you guys should have told me sooner. I thought I had it all good. I just thought I didn't
It's
see
all
myself, so
good.
I was like, whatever.
No, honestly, some people don't turn their camera on, so we never question it because that's your choice.
Yeah, there's no pressure with us. We're an easygoing group here.
Kat made me go get a haircut and stuff today because I was gonna be on camera. She wants me to look
Aw.
good.
Well, in that
I'll tell
case,
you
she
something
has to
funny.
come on and wave to us.
We
gotta
had
come
a
on and
guest
wave.
on, a girl, okay, and we were on the radio at that time. And
Hey,
hey,
Kat.
Kat. Hey,
That's
girl.
my head.
And her other friend says, well, you better do your hair and makeup because you're getting ready to go on the radio. She spent 2 hours getting ready. I says, no, honey, we're on the radio. Nobody sees us. And she was so mad. She goes, I did my hair and makeup for 2 hours. I'm like, oh my God. So we told her now we're on YouTube. We'll have her back. She goes, I'm not even going to take a shower. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can't smell you. We don't have smell-o-vision.
I kick her butt. Her friend was like made sure she does her hair and makeup.
That was so funny. She was so mad.
She was so.
She was so mad. She got tricked. Oh gosh.
Keith,
So-
did you get our game up?
Yep.
Oh wait, yeah, you can pull it up. You're not in it. I was like, wait, we can't pull it up. Okay.
But it's gonna have to share with one of the
Okay.
games I'm in.
All right. Now we get real little, and then we'll put the game up.
I don't know if this is gonna work because I'm.
He's multi-tabling.
There should be a way that you just do one screen now.
Yeah, I can't. Let's see.
Let me think. Stretch it open. Look, he's got your favorite hand, Peaches. Your
Hold
favorite
that
hand.
shit. Hold them jacks.
Fuck that shit.
Raise them. Raise, baby. Raise.
I'd much rather play heads up.
And they all call. Yeah, not good.
No queen. Oh shit. Nice one.
Did you lose with him?
Yeah. You right there.
Dang.
You didn't see it?
No, I can't see. It's too little. It's too
I'm
little.
trying to. I had to put it on my big screen. I see it now.
Yeah, I can't see it. I'm on a
Look,
laptop,
Alright.
so
Big look.
Here's what I can do because I don't need to see me. I'm going to move my other games over here.
Mirror,
Do this.
what are you
There
doing?
you go. How's that?
What's he doing out there?
Beautiful.
Can y'all see this? Can y'all see the game now?
Yeah,
I can
Yep.
if I go like this.
it looks like two big sunglasses.
I'm just on a laptop, so it'll never be big for me.
Hang on a second. I got to move my.
Oh, do you want to bite? My protein bar. There, we can see it now. That's big.
There's a lot of screens.
It is a lot of screens. It's like 20 some screens.
He's figuring it out.
Yeah, I was just trying to get my shit set up over here.
Ellie Mae,
I was
what you got?
Oh no,
What you
girl.
got, girl?
So your wife is Cat Attack.
Yep, she's
Oh.
Cat Attack. She's like
Mm,
that's her screen name on almost every site.
Okay.
pretty
I
big
have like
cat.
I have a different screen name on every site.
Oh, no, Peaches. You either hit that 9 or you have a pocket pair.
I like the table talk online.
Alright, we're gonna fold it. That's straight draw.
You're a loser.
You don't know that. I could have hit the straight.
You were a loser.
Mhm.
Here, I'll go back and take a picture of it and show it to you. Hold on.
Unless you had a full house.
Oh!
Four of a kind.
Ding,
Did
ding,
you have
ding,
4 of a
ding, ding.
kind? Yeah, let's see. I couldn't go on a draw anyway.
Sure you could have. You were betting
I
that.
could.
You were
Not for
betting that
10K.
crap.
Not for 10K, I couldn't.
Well, you bet 2,400. What's 10K when you bet 2,400?
8 more K.
You're quick.
Like, I don't like math, but sometimes I gotta use it. Sometimes. Mr. Meaty's being all quiet down there.
How do I replay I don't know if I can replay my hand on my iPad.
Click the it should be the top left little circle button.
Yep, the little arrow.
I have 3 different things up there. I have in play, buy chips, leave game, go to lobby. And then I have
You don't see the little table thing in the casino thing, top left corner?
no. I used to have that when I played on my computer, but I don't have it here. Oh, maybe over here. Let's see what this is.
Did it say something like in play?
No. Now summary. Can I go back here? No. How about this? No. No, all I have is in play, buy chips, leave game, and go to lobby.
It sounds like you're out of luck, chick.
Well, you'll just have to take my word for it then. I flopped the boat on that hand, ma'am.
It's all good, babe. I folded it. I'll get some more chips for Miss Sharon right here.
All right.
I keep wanting to put your wife, Chris, is sitting in my seat. I keep wanting to put my mouth over her avatar or her no avatar picture.
Yeah, where's your avatar, baby?
And so I could see what my cards was and see what I folded. I hate it when poker stars always put somebody in my seat.
Damn, what's up with this? You've been hanging out with Peaches.
Dum da dum dum.
Well, she's hung out with worse.
Then we'll get Peaches.
Oh.
So where are you playing at next, Chris?
Vegas.
Vegas.
We're literally on vacation, leaving tomorrow, and then when vacation's over, we'll land in Vegas at the end of May.
Okay.
Seattle for 3 nights, and then a week-long cruise to Alaska, then New York for a week, and then a cruise from there to Bermuda, and then when we get back, we fly to Vegas.
I knew you had that, Mr. Meaty. I knew it, and I knew it, but I could not
Good
fold it.
game. Good game.
Thanks.
Y'all doing an Airbnb for the
No, for Vegas this year, my college, the kid that taught me poker and has a lot to do with my poker success, he got into Bitcoin when it was like $10 or $12, and so he still lives in Rosarito, Mexico, and he bought a house in Vegas, and he offered for me and Kat to stay with him and his wife in Vegas for the summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
and then he knocked up his wife at our wedding in February, so now they're not coming to Vegas. They're going to stay in Mexico. So we even got upgraded to the master bedroom.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah.
She can't travel because she's pregnant, or?
Not necessarily. I think that's more of a choice than, what she can or can't do. But yeah, no, I was looking forward to getting to spend time with both of them, but unfortunately that didn't really work out. I mean, I guess it worked out. I think they prefer to have a kid coming than be in Vegas. Vegas will be there for many more years to come.
Absolutely.
I'd rather have Vegas than a kid, just to be honest with you.
It's arguable which one's cheaper.
Oh my God! I tell you what, a kid is by 10 kids is cheaper than Vegas, but I'd have a hell of a lot more fun with Vegas than I would 10 kids.
I don't know. You have one teenage daughter, it's over.
Yeah, I definitely hope the first one is not a daughter, and I hope our first kid would be a son.
Well, let me ask you something though. If you had a daughter, would you teach her poker, or would you keep her from the poker scene?
I wouldn't teach any of my kids poker for say. I mean, if they really wanted to learn poker and that kind of thing, I'd rather them get to experience life, and then if they make the decision to play poker, I would obviously help them and that kind of thing. But I think poker is, to do this for a living, it takes a very special person because there's a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Brutal life. Chris, what year did you graduate from Macintosh?
03.
Oh, you're as old.
2003.
You're like my oldest. Okay. Did you know Carly Wynn?
Carly Wynn. I feel like I gotta
She
go to
played.
Facebook.
She played softball. She graduated from Northgate, but she played softball for FSU. But she would have been, yeah, you would have been graduated from FSU. She probably was a freshman when you graduated. Because I think she's a 2007.
Yeah, not finding anything on Facebook.
Yeah, I think she was a
Yeah.
2000. So
Yeah, my
you're
sister graduated in 05, and I knew some of her class, but I don't know. To be honest, like I sadly don't even talk to much of many people from high school.
Most people don't, honey. Most people don't.
Yeah.
Couple handful, you know.
One of the kids was in Cherokee. He's big into PLO. He owns I don't know if it's like a bar or brewery, but he owns something in, I think, South Carolina. And I see him in Cherokee a lot, and I'll see him in Vegas when it's like the PLO time. Then
Right.
one of our other mutual friends is always out there at the same time frame. But that's about it. But my 20-year reunion's coming up next year, but unfortunately it's like right during the World Series of Poker. So I got to make a decision how important that is to me, or if I'm just going to go to Vegas and, play poker.
Decisions.
I don't know. I didn't do my 20 years. I didn't want to see those people. I already seen them for years.
See, I wouldn't mind seeing them, but I just think trying to see them, the time frame of going and seeing them just might not be worth seeing them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if it was, any other time other than May, June, July, I would go out of my way and cancel something to go and do it. But
Right.
I don't know. We'll see we'll see how the next 12 months go and make a decision closer to time. Maybe
who knows?
Maybe
You might have to be in Peachtree City because your wife is knocked up. Just saying.
It's a possibility.
Not if you care.
Oh.
It's true. I've gone 37 years without one that I know of.
Hey, I've went 51.
Good.
I'm real careful, buddy. Real careful.
Oh my
God. I believe it. This is the way I look at it. For every positive, there's a negative. Right? For every good, there's a bad. Well, sex is good. What's the bad part of sex? Get it.
Hey, Napier, shame on you.
Why is that? Why are you shaming on me? I mean, holy cow! Look at here. She's all in with ace king versus pocket fours, and you. Nice hand.
What a luck box.
Nice
She's
hand.
over here dancing.
Wow, nice hand there.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with dancing. That's part of it. Celebrate.
Good game, Curtis. Good game, bud.
Sherry heard me celebrate whenever I hit.
Curtis, I feel your pain. She's a luck box.
Hey, it's a typical race.
I was super unlucky. They gave me a 4. I had pocket 4s, and then I knew he had that 8. I just knew it.
Now that guy that's sitting to your wife's left, he's a luck box. Nah, I'm teasing. That's my buddy Steven Stewart, man. He's a good solid player. I got him in this game. They have there's a tournament every 2 hours, 24 hours a day on his home games. And old Stu Dog there for about the past 3 months has just been printing money. I mean, the organizer of this group, he sends out an email every day of and he lists every single game that's played, all the people that's played it, their balance, what they started, if they won, where they, what they done and all that. And shit, every day I'm looking on there and old Stu, man, hell, he's just printing money.
Is this on what app is it? Is it on here?
No, it's right here on PokerStars, yeah.
Yeah, I know of a couple people that run like their own club, but they play like for like real money or something in
Yeah.
that aspect, I think.
Yep. And well, I tell you what, we had a game on here. It was a $400 buy-in. There was 717 entries. I got 8 for $14,000, and then that was on November 10th, and on January 10th, I got second place on a game for $10,000. So, I mean, there's some money in these games.
No, that definitely is. I think the rest of the world's waiting for Americans to be back in the poker world, sadly.
Yeah.
Poker sort of passed us a little bit, as like for them it's they've been studying poker and doing all that stuff for the last so many years, why we've been less exposed to it.
Yeah. But I mean, take it like this right here. I'm in one of these games right here. It's a $25 buy-in. It's just a little. It's a turbo. It's 5-minute blind. But hell, there's 53 people playing it. $25. Shit.
Yep. No,
This is
that's how like online poker. It's these small buy-ins are amazing these days.
Oh yeah.
Keith, didn't you play $1,000 buy-in that had some kind of progressive thing or something? What was it?
No, it's the one we had. It was he done a $10 satellites, and to his $1,000 game, and that's the one I ended up second in for $10,000.
No. It was $1,000 tournament, and there's something that happened at the end that was unusual for the top.
Oh, it was a bounty tournament where 100% of the prize pool was in bounties. Okay.
Those tournaments are fun.
Oh,
They
no,
are
bull
fun.
fucking
They're a
pussy.
lot of
No,
fun.
no. That's not
Conrad,
the
I
one I'm
won the
talking
tournament.
about.
I won the tournament and lost money. It cost me money to play that tournament, and I won the damn thing because the only bounty I got was the person I took out who got second place.
Yeah, those tournaments, it doesn't matter how you do. You just want to bust people, and especially if it's like a progressive, it's even better.
Well, progressive, I agree, but not on
Yeah.
But not on a total prize pool bounty when you only get one bounty, and that's the last one.
Oh,
That's me in a bounty tournament. I'm always the kind of person, I'm a nit, and I said, I don't care, about bounties. Hell, I just want the last one because that means I won the tournament, right?
Yep.
Bullshit. I won that tournament and lost money. I can show you on my spreadsheet. I have a negative win in the first
You see what I
place.
just lost with?
Wow. What'd you have, Jack?
Pocket jacks.
Let me
Should have
pull it back
folded.
up. I just looked up. It was a big hand. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
7-8 suited. Ooh.
oh.
Yeah, but Conrad, when I
Nice.
play live, even when I play live tournaments, that's why I like this group that I'm playing in, because every 2 hours he's got a
Great
tournament.
flash.
Live tournaments are so fucking boring. I pull up online on my phone. I sit there and play online.
Yep.
Good game,
He-
empty
Now,
pockets.
that was not the tournament I was talking about. It was one that you had just started in, and I want to say that the top.
Oh,
When you got
that's a different group. He takes $10 off of every buy-in. That's your initial buy-in, rebuys, what have you. And he's got a wheel. when you get to the final table, he puts your name on there. So there's nine spots that has names, and the rest of the spots of this wheel is blank. He spins the wheel. If it lands on your name, you win whatever's in the jackpot. Like 80% of what's in the jackpot, because he always wants to keep it going. And if it lands on a blank, all that money, boom, goes into the jackpot. And then the next game they have when they get to a final table, he does a live feed off of Twitter, and he spins that wheel.
That's what it
sounds
was.
awesome.
I thought that was so unique of an idea.
Yeah.
I think that's like the most important thing in poker is to keep having new ideas like that to keep the game entertaining for everybody. And
Hey,
that's why I like the progressive bounties. It encourages action.
but
I
it's
Poor
kind
agree.
of
Keith, he lost playing that, and he won the damn tournament.
no, it wasn't a progressive bounty. A progressive bounty, I'm good with.
It
Because
sounds like he lost the tournament. He lost money in it.
yeah, I mean, I won the tournament. It was that, like I said, it was 100% of the prize pool was in bounties. So, and the only bounty I got was, I mean, hell, I'm the kind of person I'll knock the legs out of somebody and leave them with 15 chips or something. And in my next hand, I got 7-3, and they're all in, and I got a fold, and somebody's got pocket aces. Boom, they get the bounty. I got the chips, but they got the bounty. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's just the way my luck is on the bounty tournament.
What do you think about this new trend of these mystery bounty tournaments, Chris?
I think they're good for poker. I think people like them.
I did.
I think they're a little bit of a rake trap because the bounty doesn't start until day 2. So if you don't make day 2, if you don't make day 2, you can't win money anyway. But I think half the prize pool for most of them is pulled out for the bounty. So it's a lot of rake that you
Well, and
pay
I
to
think
try
that-
to get there.
I think that for a lot of people, the attraction to a bounty tournament is that on day 1 you can win a bounty or two and get at least your buy in back, right? And so
Yep.
I think that attracts a lot of people to the bounty games. But I think it's really good for poker. I do. I think it's really good for poker.
Yeah, I think more gimmicks are good, but the problem I see with a lot of the gimmicks, like the gimmick that I hate the most that you see a lot of places, they give you like a bonus for double bagging or triple bagging a tournament, and all they're doing is they're just promoting people to pay more rake. Like if you bag 50 big blinds for day 2, it's sort of silly to fire another bullet into it, but the casino gets you to do it, and that's how they're making a bunch more money off of that.
Nice answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
There's just a bunch of gimmicks like that I dislike, but I understand a lot of recreational players enjoy them. I just think at some point the people that are making the money from the people playing these tournaments, they're going to dry up. The money's going to go dry at some point. Like it's like Choctaw. They used to have like a big series there, and their series during the week doesn't even compare to Cherokee anymore because they just ran unlimited re-entries in all their tournaments and would run 4 stops a year. And I guess it doesn't help that there's all those Texas poker rooms and stuff as well now, but I don't know. These people that run these tournaments, they're literally trying to get as many buy-ins as they can because the more rake they get, the more money they'll make.
Yeah, and honestly, it's really it's very transparent, and I don't understand why they don't understand that we get it. Like, don't insult our intelligence by hosting that stuff because we get it.
No, exactly. Like, I don't know. I was talking to Dennis who runs the Cherokee stop and runs a lot of the circuit stops, and I'm trying to get some kind of meet together where me and a couple other people could help reorganize like the WSOP like circuits and stuff. Like the way they're set up right now, like in Cherokee, you have to win a tournament to make money there. I mean, all my caches, if it wasn't for me winning that tournament, I wouldn't have made money on that trip. Like those min caches are so small, they're insignificant.
That's because they pay it out so deep.
No, they do. I mean, what they've done is promote the game to make recreational players very happy with, bigger stacks to start with, and then to pay out more people. But at the end of the day, it's hurting poker. They're making more money, and that money's slowly gonna keep going into their hands and out of the poker community, which is just bad for poker. I get there's a lot of people that don't care if they win or lose, but there's a lot of recreational players that have a certain amount of money that's set to play poker, and once they lose that, they're not playing anymore, and those players are gonna disappear in a few years on the system that we're at right now. I think the circuit used to be amazing back in the day when we had the 25-25 blind levels, 25-50, 50-75, 50-100.
That's
But
a lot
the
of
problem
chips for
is-
them to carry to the
Yeah.
location.
It's truth. Uh, There's just so many things right now that I don't really know what the best scenario is.
And
I
I
just
think
know
it's
the
also kind of hard to gauge that right now because there's so many places that are not fully operational yet. They're still stuck in la la land called COVID land. And I think that really you won't be able to judge that for another year at least. Because you have some places that still aren't hosting tournaments.
Yeah.
That
Like
are
my
part of
poker room. Yeah.
yeah,
Here in
and
Pennsylvania.
which I think would change the landscape as well.
Yep.
It's amazing to me how well poker is doing right now and just booming at all the stops they go to with the numbers of players they're getting, with like what's going on in the world and everything. Like, I mean, I'm afraid to keep watching the stock markets and seeing where all that stuff's heading. Like all this like money that's been printed out is being spent in poker, and I don't know. Like I'm scared of the future of this country right now.
Well, and they're saying by Christmas, inflation's going to be up to 10%. If that happens, Jesus Christ, gas will be $8 a gallon, $10 a gallon.
I was thinking about this or maybe it was today, but I was thinking the 10K main event, pretty soon that's going to be like equivalent to a circuit main event, the inflation rate that we're going right now.
Agree.
It's crazy.
Agree. And people have to be able to buy gas and food before they go play a 10K tournament.
Yeah, I was seeing. I remember reading one of the dealers posted on Facebook about that these poker tournaments are going to have to start charging more rates so they could get dealers, because dealers can't afford their travel expenses with all these prices and stuff. And sadly that may be true, but I mean, if that's the case, if we're going to start paying more rate, you're going to lose people that are going to play live poker. Like online poker is going to start booming again because there's no expenses for it.
Right. You can stay at home and pay your internet bill and just play at home.
I mean, if people understood that you could just jump on a call like this every night with some friends and you all play the same tournaments, it's sort of the same thing as live poker. You get to talk, you get to share your bad beats, you get to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with a lot of the kids that I stake, whatever. We'll be in a group call and we'll have music playing in the background, and if one of us makes a final table or something, we're all watching, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with these games, and it's just become like.
And we do say this is our online home game, right? I mean, because we do visit, our listeners get involved. Sometimes we have contests where they have to say stuff in the chat to win a prize, and it's just fun. And we talk about anything and everything, as you can tell.
Yeah. Like
Nothing's
last week we
off-limits.
gave out card protectors. Yeah.
I never got my free card protector in South Florida. It was sad.
Aw.
Cat,
Aw.
what do you have, my
Let me,
friend?
I'm gonna let
Ask
me
her what
see.
she has. What do you
Hang
have,
I
on.
see
Cat?
it. I see it. Am I allowed to
She
say?
has the button. That's what she's
What do
got.
you have, Cat? Oh, I hate to
She
fold this
has.
hand.
Cat,
She
she
has.
needs to get a read on you. Come over here and
Ugh.
smile.
I'm looking to see if
Cat
I have
said
any
no.
card protectors.
I'm
She
gonna
has.
let Mr. Meaty take her on.
She
Ooh,
has
glad
the
I
button.
folded.
Huh.
You don't understand. She has the button. That's what she has. That's what you gotta.
Yeah,
think.
but I have the chip leader to my left, so. And he called her. So there we go.
All right. Well, Chris, since you didn't get your card protector, I have one for you.
Uh-oh.
And this one's not a Flophouse one, but it's, yeah, we'll have to show it to him. Let's see. And I don't know how I got
I had a
it,
small pocket pair there.
but yeah,
She had the best ace high.
there. I don't know if you can see it on the
Oh.
screen.
She had big
It's
sleeves.
it's more shiny.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
it looks like a girl dancing. I don't know if that's what it is.
yeah. Yes, it is.
Looks perfect.
It's the card protector. This is from. It's what Keith Napier got the whole Flophouse in trouble for.
Okay, this is what we call the card protector that caused card protector gate.
Look, Tim, I got it right here in my pocket.
Trust me, it's a big deal, Chris.
All right, hey Chris, can you see that?
It looks like a different position, but yeah.
Okay, it says, tails I get head, and when you flip it, it says heads I get tail. All right, I'm a winner either way. Well,
I like that coin. I'll have to show
All
Cat
right.
that one.
Okay, we send Sherry your address. She'll ship it over to me, and we'll get it out to you.
I had
All right.
I had on our first championship game, first two championship games, there was a woman that donated a prize to the last woman standing, right? Well, I was like, well, hey, let me get this here card. I'm going to donate to the last man standing. Oh my God. Yeah, that okay. I apologize for it. Didn't think nothing about it.
They were still angry.
Well, that following weekend, me and my wife both was staked in a tournament down in Tampa, right? So when I buy into the tournament, what I do is when I get staked is I put my ticket out on the table with my chips, right? And I snap a picture of it and I tag that person on Facebook, and so they know that, hey, look, I bought in. Okay, I didn't just take your money and run. I don't want nobody to think, oh, well, how do I know you really played that event or whatever, you know? So when I did that, I had my card protectors on it. Good God Almighty!
Well, yeah, hence card protector gate was it full deployment.
All right, so I got you ready. So
All right, I'll send it.
okay.
When
And
are you
you
guys? When are you guys coming to Vegas?
They'll be in Vegas
on June 22nd. I'm playing the NIT event. I mean the senior event.
Because I was gonna say, because I won't be back here until after Vegas, so maybe.
Raquel, just ship it to me.
Okay, because you'll see him in Vegas.
Yeah. Ship it to me.
Okay.
We'll have to take her to a nice restaurant, a poker people restaurant that she probably hasn't been to.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll be there June 19th through the main event.
And I'll be at the beach while you are all running away at your poker tables. That's where Ed and I, we going. Everybody keeps messaging me if ask if I'm going to Vegas. I'm like, oh,
What beach are we going to?
the Outer Banks
The Outer Banks. Okay.
of North
Oh.
Carolina.
Yeah. No, the only reason I know that is because of the show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
That you
It
know what?
is.
We have been to the Outer Banks so many times, and then everybody's like, "Oh, did you see that show?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's stupid." I'm like,
He doesn't like it.
I think it's a great show.
It's
I
a
know,
good show.
but you have to understand, I've been to the Outer Banks so many times,
Yeah.
and for me to watch that show, it does nothing for me because it doesn't show what the Outer Banks really is.
Yep.
I really don't.
It's
No.
not a tourist show.
No,
It's
but
like
I
what's
can't
the
explain it.
There's another show that everybody watches that gets filmed here. What in Griffin?
Ozarks.
I think.
Ozarks.
No, not Ozarks. The Mummy or whatever.
Oh, Walking
Great
Dead.
Dead,
That's filmed
Walking
in
Dead.
Sonoya.
Sonoya, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, that's nothing. What nobody knows what Sonoya is.
Kind of like
Yep.
that, yeah.
How they find some of these towns to do the shows is remarkable.
Oh,
Stu
look at
Dog.
there, Stu. Look at there. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now,
Get
when
some of
is
my
that
tips back
show?
for me,
Your
Steve.
wife had probably saw it. Let me Google it real quick. And it was filmed in the Outer Banks by Nicholas Sparks movie. He was the
Notebook?
writer. The Notebook, yes. And that was
Oh,
filmed
what
in
a
it.
great
And
movie.
that-
What a
right.
great
And then
movie.
that movie was really good because it showed the Outer Banks. It showed what the Outer Banks really looks like.
You know, the other one that I think does it that I like better is The Choice.
The
Is that
Choice.
Oh, I
Outer
haven't
Banks
seen
as well?
I haven't
That's a
seen
really
that
good
either.
movie. I highly recommend that movie. I'm sort of I'm a big chick flick person when it comes to movies.
Oh,
But
Yes.
The Choice was one of my favorite movies.
Mhm. I'll have to put that on my list to watch. I'm done with my other movie, Sherry. I got done.
Oh, you finished the trilogy that you won't name? Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, when you're in these big tournaments and stuff, what do you feel? What do you think about the chops, ICMs, paying the bubbles?
I'll do like doing in a big tournament. I prefer not to do any of that kind of stuff, but like especially like when some of these run good tournaments, I'll do what everyone really wants to do. But when it comes to like chops, I sort of like to play. Like playing poker, poker's supposed to play to a winner, and if you're ever gonna make a deal, you should leave money because there's so much skill and so much fun to learn how to play poker playing short-handed, and hence I've been studying that for the last couple years. That it makes me not want to do that because I feel like I have an edge playing short-handed in poker right now. But I don't know. I'm not a big chopper, but Kat a week and a half ago she won a bunch of money online on ACR, and they allowed chops or whatever, and she did 2 ICM deals, and you know she got a bunch of money. She was in first place in one of them. First place I think I think you would have agreed with this chop. First place was 42,000, and
Wow.
second place was I believe like maybe 30,000, maybe 28,000, I don't remember. But she took 37,000 in the chop. Like she had all the chips. They all had like 5 to 10 big blinds, and she had 60 big blinds with 4 people left.
Oh wow. I would have wiped them all
So
out.
she gave up a couple $1,000 to guarantee herself, you know, somewhere between first and second place money.
Wow. That was incredible for her. Nice win.
Yeah, it was a $109 tournament with like 3,700 people in it.
Wow.
You did
And then-
great. What a great
And then
win.
the same Sunday, she was in a tournament with $55 tournament with like another 3,000 people, and she made another either 3 or 4 way deal. But
Wow.
on one Sunday she won over $55,000 and had less than $1,000 in buy-ins.
Woo, go girl.
I'm coming
Thanks,
to train
Bubba.
with yous guys. I'm coming. Wherever yous are going.
I talked
See,
three people.
she's doing so good that she's over here, taking notes on people at the table, and
Well, I hope she continue. I hope both of you all continue. Like if y'all are sitting around on a Tuesday or Thursday not doing nothing, watching TV, pull up your laptops and jump in our game.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. We have no problem doing it because we usually play online a bunch on those nights. So added one more table to the mix, it shouldn't be too hard.
Well, you're always welcome. That's for sure, bud.
Always, yeah. We actually have a couple, like, it's mixed with amateurs and pros, like our game. And it was an opportunity for the amateurs to come and play with the pro players, is how it started. And they were actually pretty nervous at first to come play. And then once they start playing, they would get so excited if they took out one of the pro players. They'd be so happy. And
you need to get Tana to like donate some shirts or something for you guys, and then
that'd
you
be
have
awesome.
like a special like bounty on some mystery person, and you knock out that person, get a free Run Good shirt.
Well,
we love it. If you want to bring it to Vegas, I can get it then because the championship will be after Vegas. So
yeah, I'll have Tana make some kind of Run Good package for you guys for the championship for sure.
Okay, awesome.
I don't know, maybe get like a hoodie, shirt, hat, kind of, and then like one of those little bags or something. He makes up
whatever
some goodie
you
bags
guys
here and
wanted,
there.
and whatever you put together, we would appreciate, bud.
Yeah, I'll talk to him and see what we can do.
Awesome.
Worst comes to worst, I get a good discount. See, this is why I'm wearing all these Run Good shirts.
Right.
Now, doesn't they have a contest right now that somebody gets an opportunity to play with the Run Good under the lights, or is that contest over?
No, it's this. If you win the main
contender.
event or the contender, all you got to do is win one of the tournaments at one of the stops, and then you get to go to Vegas and play. It's like a pro-am. And it was a lot of fun last year.
Cool.
I would love to get to play in it, but I don't know how I get selected. I'm not a TV personality yet, I guess. So
maybe this year will be your year.
Maybe. I was trying to win a tournament in Coconut Creek so I could just automatically qualify. Kat got close. I think she got 5th place in one of them. If she would have won that, she would have qualified, and I actually would rather her qualify than me qualify. She could be much more fun on TV than me. I see a lot more potential for her to get like some kind of future sponsorship. Being the female with blonde hair, that's what these poker companies are looking for these days. Not these guys with facial hair and all this nonsense.
Well, I think that there's a place in the poker world for both.
No, absolutely. I was very lucky to stumble across Run Good, 8-9 years ago and still be involved with them. Like, playing poker for a living. When I first started playing poker, if you made the WSOP, got on TV, you got like $10,000 like from ESPN or something, just to wear a patch or something.
Right.
Nowadays, there's no like sponsorship money in poker like it used to be.
Yeah, so. It's actually, I think that's kind of a detriment to the industry because some of those players that get on the live TV tables could really benefit from those sponsorships, just for even if that's their one time that year that they're on a TV table, but that could help them for their poker for the rest of the year.
100%.
So it's kind of a detriment to the whole system, I think. But what do I know?
No. And that's nowadays we have all these kids. Bet on Drew. He was down in South Florida with us for the Run Good, but they're like being content creators. Not only do they Twitch when they're online and stuff, but they also have vlogs and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's great for poker people to see that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And they're all making their own
Absolutely.
money. They make their own money through subscriptions and people donating money, and they're also creating jobs for some other people that can edit their videos and do all that good stuff.
For sure.
So
Totally.
I think I talked to him, and I think he's going to talk John Party, and we're going to talk to a couple other people. We're going to get some content creators to come on the Run Good cruise in October. So if you want to do a
fun.
cruise, it's an 8-day cruise in the Southern Caribbean. We're going to go have some fun there.
He's got a
I was
great
thinking-
personality, that John Party. Yeah. I've
John
seen
Party
him on
is
it. Yeah.
he needs a mute button every now and then. He's very loud.
Yes. Now, just for those that may be interested, that Card Player Cruise that Chris is talking about is October the 29th through November the 6th. So you can go to the Card Player Cruise website and figure that out, folks.
That's going to be fun, and we're going to have Halloween on the water. And then I think we'll have theme nights every night on that. The one thing I wish Run Good would do is partner up with Card Player Cruises more often and do more cruises, because me coming from a cruising family, cruising and playing poker, it's like the dream situation. Get to eat food as much as you want, play poker when you want, then you still get to
Right.
go to the islands and see all the touristy things and do all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure Card Player will want to do it.
They Card Player's down for it all the time.
I think next year you'll see more and more cruises. Right now they're still feeling their way back, aren't they?
100%. But like the earlier in the year when they first came back, me and Kat went on a cruise where you have to wear your face mask the whole time. And then one of the last ones we went on, you only had to wear the face mask for dining areas. And then the last cruise we did, you don't need to wear any face mask again. And I think that's like the turning point for some people, and both directions. Some people dislike the face mask, and some people prefer, obviously, the face mask.
Right.
So-
I
So
look at
the
it
next
this
step
way.
will
Whoever
be,
wants to wear it, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It should be a self choice of what you want to do.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Our,
As soon
our
as they
country's been
finish
so
up,
divided, and then this nonsense divided the country even more.
Right.
yes, sir. All right, we're back at it, folks. We got 5 players left, and Mr. Meaty's in first with 104,000. Stu
He is
Dogs
kicking
in
butt
second
and
with
taking names.
66K. I'm in third with 49K. Cat's in fourth with 19K, and Bajo's in fifth.
It's weird. I got like 3 screens of it to watch on her screen, my screen, another screen.
We all scream for ice cream. Oh, that's a different song.
Now, Bahu has won most all last season, all of our home games combined. So this year, for this season, whoever wins the most home games total out of the season is going to win his Flophouse shirt. Because like we never make a rule why the season's going on. So if anybody wants a rule or add a rule, we wait until the next season, because it wouldn't be fair to like just throw something in the middle of it. So that's our only rule, is that if we want to change anything, we have to wait till the next season.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like a league where you send someone to the main event kind of thing, where I don't know how much money it would cost, but
We don't want to get that involved.
no.
Well, we could.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I think it would be fun to have your little group of people, and you send someone to the main event from your group, and
everybody.
I totally agree, but
Yeah.
it's a lot to administer that.
yeah. Those
And
are
now with
I've
the
always
new-
wanted to get in one of the clubs that did that, but they're all my friends that are in these clubs. They're all like from Chicago or New York, and
Hey,
Like, I
I know
host-
some online ones that do it on this Poker Stars home games.
And now
Yep.
with the new rules with the cash apps, with the new laws, some people are leery about all that. I mean,
Well,
That's a
plus,
lot.
like, I host another 2 games on Friday and Saturday from America's Card Room. The Flophouse does. And our games are free. It's free. Like, they're listed under the private. So anybody ever wants to play it, just, log on. You guys can message me or come in the chat for the password, but anybody that's listening. But they're free and it actually pays out. But you have to, I think the final 3 people, it pays.
That you said
We
that's
get
on
a couple hundred.
ACR.
Yeah, we get a couple hundred people. Or Black Chip. It's on Black Chip too.
Okay, that's what I was gonna. That was my next question, because
Yep.
they ran some kind of promo on ACR recently that only worked for ACR. I play on Black Chip, so
Okay, yeah, I've played on Black Chip before.
yeah.
What? America's Card Room's been so good to like me and my husband. We've been on a couple with their Ed went we were in Costa Rica. He played in the live cage event that they
Okay.
hosted. And that was so much fun. I mean, he won the whole trip, all expenses paid, flight, everything. The only money that we spent was airport food, which was terrible. But that, you know what I mean? But everything else was paid. And I mean, we got to go to
Oh,
Costa Rica.
wow. Good game,
Mm,
Bajo.
That was a fun
And
it
game.
was,
Bahu, you had the most first place finishes last season, is what Raquel was talking about.
yeah.
He wrote in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
But we were not
yeah,
giving
yeah,
away
yeah.
any prizes at that for last season, bud. We
We
just
are
put that
this time.
into
Yeah.
we just put that into effect for this season.
But but they host the live cage event, and that was like so much fun for him. I mean, he had a blast. I was just there to support him and watch and just be his
I'm
cheerleader on the side.
I'm surprised they haven't brought the live cage game back at like one of their like stops they've been having. They've been
Or
having a
wait,
lot of live
I
stops and
love that live broadcast of the cage. I love that.
I'm gonna tell you what, they know how to party.
I
They
love
put
it.
on poker parties that it's mind blowing, and they're fun. They bring in all the hosts, like balloons.
Oh, good hand.
They bring in the booze. They bring in the DJs. They do it up for your, it's just a lot of fun even to hang out with them.
100%. They also have the best poker ambassador in poker these days.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
I think that site's gonna grow and be one of the best at some point with like Moneymaker. Moneymaker's just gonna make sure everything's done correctly.
Yeah. And you know what? We had Chris Moneymaker. They had a contest with Chris Moneymaker. And you had to win like a series of games to be included into the championship. And me and my husband both made it in. So we were super excited. And it was really tough. I think we played 40 some or 30 some games. And
This chick worked her fingers to the board,
I
to
would
the
set
bone.
alarm. I would get up like 6 a.m.
Had to play all the tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. Because you had to give yourself the opportunity to score higher. 1 point could make a difference, and you can't just play just to get in the game. You actually had to do really well in the games, because the higher you scored, the better it was.
Yep.
And
you see the new promotion they got going? They have a new
No.
promotion sort of like that. It's they have a rookie promotion right now.
Oh, the rookie.
Yeah, if you have to be one of the 10 people to, I think, you have to look at it, but you could qualify to play the main event by winning like a free roll on ACR.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a good promotion.
They partnered up with
KL.
What the heck's this? Yeah, KL.
Yeah.
Well, what this contest was, they were signing you as a pro player. They were with a signed contract. Whoever wins Chris's game, there was only going to be one winner.
Yeah. It was like the
I mean,
moneymaker or something. It was a
yeah,
good deal.
it sure
I
was.
it was worth like over $100,000 essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even remember whoever won, or I never heard anything more about that person.
He was from a different country, and they put him on Twitch at the end because we all went like to see him, and
Yeah.
he didn't seem that excited. Maybe he was nervous to be on live feed with Chris. I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
what the deal was, but he didn't seem that excited. Like, I don't know, I'd have been over the moon. But like I said, he was from a different country. Nobody we ever heard of. But it was still a fun opportunity. It was fun to actually do the grind and just play all those games.
Yeah, like I said, it's there all these little gimmick ideas they have. Like those things are good for poker. People want
Mhm.
those things.
Yeah. I would definitely do it again.
Yeah, and like
And a lot of
the
4 of us from the flop house actually won our seats. 4 of
that's
us.
awesome. It'd be cool to see someone that we knew win the rookie one. See
Yeah.
For
someone
sure.
go play the main event, and
Yeah.
I don't know. You got all these people right now that are doing all these promotions for like the tag team tournament in Vegas. Like Jason Coons taking, I forget the kid's name. Is it Hendricks or kid from the South that plays at Pearl River all the time, but is going to take him as a partner for the tag team, and other
I
people have
actually
offered to.
I actually nominated Mary Darnell for that because she's on
Yeah,
a
like
roll.
no, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Someone reached out to Kat recently to play in the tag team tournament with her, and they were gonna support something.
Oh, good game.
Nice.
Good game, Kat.
Hey, baby, you get a high five for 4th place.
And yeah, at least he's not on the wall of shame like you. No. She did
Oh.
good. She did great.
She kept folding to Mr. Meaty. She wasn't happy.
Yeah, he's pretty aggressive player.
Yeah, he's the one that knocked me out on the very first hand I played. I mean, I sat down. I had pocket jacks. I flopped 9 high board, get it all in. I make a boat. He makes a straight flush.
Well, he's
Yeah,
putting the
well,
chips to good use.
I'll tell you this: that ain't the first time I've went out in the first hand that I sat down with.
Let's just say
I need-
Mr. Meaty's picture, his avatar suits him correctly. That's all we'll say about that. And he knows I love him. But he earns that picture fair and square.
I love my picture on here. My picture is Jameis Winston if he was if he was Jesus. He was like my favorite football player at Florida State. So, but that's
Well,
the
you
thing.
know,
Like
I
my
would have
picture,
liked
my
to.
picture's from high school, or not high school, from college. It's so old. Like I haven't changed that, and God knows
I
how
would have
long.
liked to have been able to see your avatar, but you were gone so quick, I didn't get to
I
see
know. There was issues. I lost all my chips immediately. I got down to 1,300, and I got it all the way back to 6,000 before I busted.
Hey, Chris, I had technical issues as well. That's what I like to call variance is technical issues.
I mean, it was good. It was good variance. I lost quickly in the tournament for $0, and this tournament that I am now hand for hand that pays 10,000 for first. I got a bunch of chips.
Wow.
It was good
There you
variance.
go.
Yeah.
but I played it the same. But that I'll tell you, that's something that I'm sort of impressed too. It seems like everybody's playing like there's real money up top.
Of course.
No,
Yeah.
people take this game seriously. Believe me.
Yeah.
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 People
They
will
But
do.
a lot
get
of
to
a lot of
the
a lot of
champion-
free rolls in games like this, people don't take serious. A lot of times I've been involved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
people
that's
take
the
this
one thing
game
we
very
can
serious.
say about the Flophouse games. It's tough. And people go, oh, okay, it's a free roll. I'm like, yeah, well, come on over. Like,
Some of mine and my wife's biggest arguments has been because of a hand that we played against each other in this
in the
game.
Flophouse.
Okay. Some of our biggest disagreements has been because of hands played on this game.
Like, my husband has 2 games up, but he's on party poker. He's like, he don't play these games because he's got too many other games going on.
Yeah.
Like,
I only have one other game going on. When I first started today, I had 4 games on, and now we're down to 1. But yesterday was a good day online. I won like one of the $109 tournaments on AZR
Sweet.
for $11,000. I have to catch up to Cat.
wow. I'm telling you, can't let her show you up.
No, it's good though. Like we have like a I mean, we're happy for each of us doing good, but it pushes the other one to okay, it's my turn
Of
now.
course. Of course. Sure.
That's how we are. Yeah.
I thought in Cherokee she was about to win a she got 3rd place in one tournament, and then the ladies event I think she got like 10th place, 11th place, whatever. She wanted to win a ring after I won a ring.
It was close. It was close. Who's
But-
yelling?
but-
Ed?
Hey,
Yeah, that's Ed. Ed is doing good. You know Ed. Well, Ed's an online grinder. He does so good online. He really
He's
does.
doing great.
Oh my gosh, he's on fire. Now, I'm better at live tournament than online. But he's
Yeah,
we're
I
the
mean,
opposite.
The thing, the big difference between live and online is live, you get to look at someone and look into their eyes and feel like if they're full of shit or they actually have it. Whereas online, you got to be just a lot better fundamentally because the tells that you have online are just a lot different. It's more bet size and there's some time intels, but the tells are so small compared to what you could pick up in live poker.
Yes, I agree.
All right, Mr. Meaty. I'm going to
Wow.
let you have that one on account I
Like-
didn't have jack shit.
He's constantly putting notes on the whole time, the whole game,
Ugh.
putting notes on players.
live poker's rigged.
The voice from beyond comes in like poker's ring. Oh, hey Keith, do you know why the banana went to urgent care? When
Oh
he wasn't
gosh, here we go.
Because he
I
just
got-
wasn't peeling good.
Ah,
Oh,
boom, boom.
Oh,
I'm gonna send her to joke school. She always gives us like the lame jokes, the non.
I will never change with my lame jokes because that's what makes them funny, in my opinion. The more
my
lame,
God.
the better.
Don't
Unlike
ask
Raquel,
me
who
to tell-
wants them
No.
raunchy and nasty.
Don't ask me to do 'em. It's gonna be a whole different kind of show.
X-rated, I might add. Oh, Jax.
Yeah, well, we need the ratings up. When we need the ratings up, they come out.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's plan to get this over with by 11:30,
Yeah,
folks, shall
I was
we?
gonna say, how
Come
many
on.
players do we have total tonight?
We got 3 players left. I'm pulling from
We
my
have
buddy.
26
Stu Dog,
total.
come on, Stu. You got to win this. Win it for Savannah. Win it for the Garden City Poker Club.
Yins are our first Mexican players.
Huh?
legal to play on PokerStars real money and fake money. Real money and play money. That's what it's called. Play money.
Yeah. It is. Ed says, yeah, Ed says it's Cinco de Mayo Day. I'm like, yes, it is. That's what Chris said.
I know we're sad not to be in Mexico right now.
Well, you could just break out the tequila and just pretend.
This is true.
Oh, I wasn't gonna drink tequila, baby. He's like, you just gave the bottle of tequila. One of his guys were here working. I was like, Roy, you want this tequila? He was like, yeah.
That's how you play my favorite hand, Steve.
Ed says, you just gave it away. I said, I wasn't drinking it. I meant for Christian.
And you know it'll go to good
they
use.
just got married. They're still in honeymoon land. They can drink tequila. We're
We're
past
gonna be
it.
on honeymoon for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I'm not drinking then. No. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, well, now you know, Bruce. Bruce didn't know that. Yep. You now know. So you got to win. Whoever wins the most. Yes. I already won my seat for the season. So Sherry's already won her seat for the season, too.
I suck. I know. Come on. I didn't
So
qualify.
did Chuck. Chuck is our other host. He's already won a seat. And we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4 games, Chris. So far this season. The season just started.
Kat's gonna be in here. She'll win a seat before I do.
Good. Our championship game is fun. It really is.
This tournament's gonna go on for a while.
No, it isn't.
Oh yeah, it is.
Nope.
Not with Mr. Meaty here.
They're all even.
Remember when I said by 11:30?
Sure, it's giving him a 10-minute deadline here.
I'll say the whatever it's called for the home games is a little bit more beefed up than the real money side.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think like this is like everybody you're playing with, so that's why people take it so serious or whatever, that you want to beat all these people out. Whereas when you're playing for real money, you don't really know who these people. I mean, you still know who some of the people are, but it's just money. You don't really care about the ego part of it.
Well, I tell you what, old Stu Dog, he don't play no different live than he does online. I mean, he's the same player online as he is live. And,
Dude,
and
you
you
get
know,
lucky, but I hit the wrong button. The fault that I raised.
do you play the
That's-
same? Do you play the same live as you do online?
I say I do, but I think I'm more aggressive online than I am live. It's been something I've been trying to get better at with live, but I might play the same and it just feels like I'm not as aggressive live because you just don't play as many hands.
That and it's
you-
not playing as fast.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it's very well that I play the same, but I know this past trip in Cherokee, I played more hands than I usually have live, and we had good success. So maybe I stressed something that I needed to stress.
So what's your VPIP on live?
Live or online? I know what it is online. Online, I think I VPIP. I think it's like a 30, 24, 11. It's on the higher side.
Yeah. Okay.
Aggression wins.
Now let me ask you this: when you're at the table, are you taking notes while you're playing? Live?
Online or live? Live, no. But
You ain't got
There- no, there are times that there's a circuit reg and I don't know his name, And if I pick up a big tell on them, I'll take a picture and put it in a note. I have like a note thing with like live tells on people.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, me and a couple of buddies, like we'll be at someone's table and be like, hey, do you know this guy? Like, and if we have a live tell, you could share it with the other one. And
Okay.
there's definitely people that do certain things when they have a good hand, and they do other things when they don't have a good hand. And if you're able to find that, then it's pretty useful.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at reading tells.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why I enjoy live so much, is because to me that's the biggest challenge, right? Is if you can start reading people's tells, it just is more enjoyable.
100%. Before COVID and everything, I was doing a lot of work with Chance and Foxen, and I think they're two of the best people to learn, about reading tells and what's real and what's not,
Mhm.
and just distinguishing different things like that. The fundamental game of poker will get you so far, but having those live tells really could, you get to a close situation, you don't know what to do. Having a live tell really could help make the difference.
Well, let me ask you this: with you playing, you're a circuit grinder. What? So you play against a lot of amateurs. What is the number one thing that amateurs do that we shouldn't
Like,
be doing?
I think that,
the
I
number
think
one
that,
thing that we could switch that would make our game better.
just be patient, and the game's very slow, but people try to play very fast. I think for my advice to a lot of my amateur friends in poker is good players want to play low variance. So if you think you're worse than someone at a table, you should want to take the high variance round, whether it's betting really large or doing things like that. Because the good players, if you bet really big against a good player, they're going to have a good hand, or they're going to get out of the way and they're going to try to find a better spot. That's just like a common tendency that
Okay.
I find from live players.
I like it.
But I think the biggest thing to amateur players is just take your time and pay attention at the table. Like, an amateur could get a read off of a pro just as easily as a pro could get a read off of an amateur. There's no difference there.
Oh, Ed.
Did he win the hand?
No. No, if he wins the hand, you
$550
will
to
know it. You will know it. I promise you. If he wins the hand,
Oh
He
my
won
God.
550, but he's out. So like, he still did good, but that's
Yes,
not
he
what he
did.
wanted. It's just against Jack. What did you have? Ace King suited. Ugh, ouch. What place?
so
It was
you hit
like
it.
eighth or
After
something.
WSOP, I guess y'all are headed to Washington. Is that correct?
Yep, we're going up to Washington and then New York and then WSOP. So we're going West Coast, East Coast, back to West Coast.
What are y'all doing after the WSOP?
We're going straight to Africa. We're going to Kenya to do
Oh, yeah,
we're
okay.
doing a 2-week long safari. So
That would be a lot
yeah.
of fun.
I was going to tell you,
No.
you should stop back at your parents' house.
When? After?
Yeah, after, man, they got LKQ's got a ladies event on a Saturday.
What's the dates?
Yeah, you guys will be in Kenya then.
Will be
It's
Kenya.
July 16th. That's why I said,
Yeah.
you go to Kenya is always going to be there.
Yeah, but I
often
already spent like over $19,000 for this trip that I can't get back. So there isn't any ladies tournament other than the one in Vegas that could pay for that trip.
Well, see, here's the
Sure.
thing, bro. they got another event. It's a multi-day event, and the last flight is on that same Saturday.
Yeah, but there'd be another poker series at LKQ.
That's
We'll,
true.
we'll,
That is so
we'll be
true.
back. Live poker is not going anywhere. Those animals
There's
in
a poker
Africa
tournament
might
every
go
week.
extinct.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd be in Africa. Like,
Yeah.
go. That just sounds really cool.
Yeah,
What time is it?
it's almost go time.
She saw it.
You're about to have all the chips. Oh wow, tournament could be over.
Oh, wow.
Oh, tournament's over.
There you go, Doug.
Wow.
With
My,
2 minutes
Wow.
to spare, I might
all right,
add.
well, wait a second. Which one had?
Wow.
Good
Which
got
job,
one
you
of y'all
one.
guys.
had
Congratulations. I
which one
told
of
you we'd
y'all
be
had the
done by
most chips?
11:30. Y'all laughed at me.
Which
That
one?
guess
that
what?
was impressive.
And guess
Right.
what? I had the best hand going in, too.
All right. So you got third.
I did.
So James and Stew Dog.
Yep, Steven
Took
Stewart.
it.
We cannot
Okay,
tag
great
him on
job, Stew
Facebook.
Dog.
Wait, I didn't get second. I had 7s.
No, but you had less chips.
Less chips than him.
Play a little Omaha High.
Mr. Meaty had a little bit more chips than you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a net. Oh no, that's good for.
Yep.
Stew Dog. Let's see. Great game,
Chris,
guys.
thanks so much for coming on with us, and tell Kat thanks too for playing.
I know.
Yeah, no.
We had a blast with you guys. Thanks for coming to hang out with us.
Yeah, man.
No, it was good. We'll find a way to come in the home game and hang out another time. Might
We'd
not
love
be
it.
the next few
Yes.
weeks, as we'll be cruising around vacationing. We actually might not play any poker for the next 2.5 weeks. It might be amazing, but
I
we'll find a
think
way.
you'll
We'll find a
enjoy
way
it.
to play poker in the casino. The casinos
I was
will
gonna
have
say
poker.
they have it on the cruise. You can win some
Yeah.
free cruises.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how I
see-
get all the. That's how I get all the cruises. I'm a VIP casino on Royal Caribbean. That's why we're always cruising for free.
There you go.
I like it.
I love it. Well, enjoy all your vacations, and I will definitely see you at the WSOP, if not sooner.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll see
Absolutely.
you guys soon, and yeah,
Let's hook
that's a
up
good
at
flop
the-
for this hand. But yeah, no, thanks for having me, and we'll try to hop back in here and play the home game. We'll try to qualify for this championship at the end of the year.
We look forward to it, bud.
And yeah,
All right.
and best luck to you with Vegas. If we don't see you before then.
Bye, Kat.
This was high low. Wish this was high low. Wish this was high low. Wish this was 8 or better. Oh. God.
It's not a bad PLO8 hand.
No, hell no. I love it. I love though. This is normally a PLO8 game, but the guy fucked up when he set it up today. Made it high only. Good
How you
for
doing in your tournament, Chris?
We are 15 of 70.
Nice.
We're unfortunately, me and Kat gotta leave in like 6.5 hours for the airport, and I haven't packed yet. And this tournament might be over like a few hours before it.